Okay. Howdy guys, I'm Follow8, your favorite Wolf Girl enthusiast, and welcome back to this Fire Emblem, the Lonely Mirror, Maddening Mode Ironman. Good to see you guys again. It has been a couple of days since we've last streamed, but today it is time for the Wanda gaming experience, as I've called it. We get to experience Wanda in her fullest potential. It's a gamer right there, true. Good to see you, JBR. Cutie Pie, what's up with the poppers again? Very nice. Alrighty. Looks like my camera's lagging a little bit. That's a great start. I'm probably gonna have to close a bunch of tabs, so excuse me for just a moment as I do so. Today will be fun. Today is a very interesting map, one that has a lot of secrets, a lot of things that you can take care of. I believe there's a secret shop even. You guys might have to remind me of its location and whether or not it is accessible. Best FE87 speedrunner in the world. Missed the last episode, who died? Let's see, who did die last stream? Was last map... Wait, did somebody die last map? 4 deaths. Right, okay, so the people who have died so far, I'll just list them off. We lost... Shiloh was first, and then we had a really bad map where we lost Wise, Noel, and... there was somebody else. Good to see you, Lee. Wise, Noel... Who was the last one? There was somebody else. We also lost Winifred. I guess I should count her as a death. I should actually count those two as deaths. We lost Winifred and Danica last map. Who was the other person that died? There was somebody. For sure. Ariel. We lost Ariel in a Fog of War map to a Halberd Cav. That was the thing that kickstarted the entire rough patch there with Wise and later Noel. Or later, Wise and Noel. But yes, I will go ahead and update the death counter, because technically Danica and Winifred are very much dead. They got squished by the wall. Those are deaths that are out of our control entirely. But I'm still going to count them, because it's true. Well, I guess they're in our control somewhat. Where's my counter at? But it's just 2 people would have died regardless. So I'm going to throw them on there. Bigger, funnier number makes it funnier and bigger. We have no healers now. Yeah, that's right. We did end up promoting Joseph into a healer, and he is not doing too well. His stats aren't too bad. His really mid power is kind of a hindrance, but 12 defense, you know, 18 speed, 10 res on 31 HP. He's not that bad. What's an Iron Man without some deaths, though? True. I agree completely. I think it was probably for the better that we lost those units. You minus 2 Sally, that's fair. That's a fair comparison for sure. But yeah, I'm somewhat happy in some twisted sense that we lost the units that we did, because it was getting really difficult to throw together a solid team. Of course, here we have JBR and Metaphor themselves in one unit combined. And I do want to use them if I'm capable of doing so. However, I think that I'm not going to be so capable of doing so this map. Because we need Joseph, we need Caspian, Miles, Roxy. They're amazing. Benji's kind of popping off just a little bit. His speed is a little bit deceiving, but he's still doing very well. Fusion, true. Benji's doing very well. Ariel is the only Troubadour Valkyrie. Yes. Although, Catherine can become a Valkyrie if I promote her that way. But I'm going to promote Catherine into a Bishop this time, because I've never used a Bishop in this game, and Shiloh is the other option, and he's not here, so I want to try out a Bishop for once. I hear with the Seraphim Tome, they're actually really good. I've just never had the opportunity to try them out. But this is the, let's see. Oh, there's, the hot dog. Let's see, here's the, wait, where did I put this image? Hold on, this is actually important. I need to find this image. I hope I didn't delete it by mistake. Where is it? There's no way, I better not have deleted it. Where's the live hot dog reaction? Here it is. There we go. Live hot dog reaction. To himself, of course. But yes, this one, I'm very much looking forward to playing this map. Let's see, what else is there? So, Saoirse, I'm still using, even though she only has Wanda as her support partner now. She lost both Ariel and Noel. She had maxed out with Ariel and was at B rank with Noel. So, that's gonna be rough for her, but she's still trucking along. I do want to promote her into a Trickster still. She'll get rune access, staff access, and generally just be solid. However, I'm going to wait a couple more levels on her. I would like her to cap something before I promote her, because I feel she's a unit that very much needs it. She's also going to lose con, so as much speed as I can get now, it's going to be a positive later, for sure. Rob's being Rob out here. He's doing very well. He's probably better than my Grants, so we're going to roll with him. Queenie, of course, supporting Boone. Tanya, popular demand, also with the Joseph Caden support. Wanda herself, my favorite character in the game. Actually doing pretty well. She got that first power level up. She supports Riley. Very nice. Does she? That is very fascinating. And then the only reason I'm bringing Atticus this map... Oh, Saoirse does. Okay. It's a full crit support. But yeah, the only reason I'm bringing Atticus is because there are some chests in this map. There's also a stealable Master Seal that I would like to grab. So he's coming along for the ride. Otherwise, I would be deploying Riley. However, I think that this map we're going to get Curtis. And Curtis is probably gonna supersede Riley on the deployment spots, because he can become the same class, a Griffin Rider, if we so choose. And also he's a flyer pretty much out the gate, which is something we kind of need. Apart from Helga, I suppose. She kind of got rolled. She doesn't really have much to do here. But the rest of these units, I'm not mad if I have to use any of these in the future, apart from maybe Parvati, just because I haven't been picking up runes. But everyone else, like Eamon, Sylvan, if we have to use Eamon and Travis again, it's going to be pretty bad for a while, because their stats are not up to par, but I'm not mad if I have to. Anyway, that is a probably solid enough recap of our unit since the last time we have played. Let's see. Roxy is now capable of using light magic because we promoted her, and I do have a shine tome for her, so that's great. I'm also going to throw this flux tome back in the convoy, grab the other one. Yeah, Eamon supports Catherine, that's true, and it's a really good support too. Well written, that is. Its bonuses are hit or miss, I guess, because it's what, like thunder or wind, if I'm not mistaken. But it's full crit, like I'm not mad about it if we get it. Good old Tanya. Let's see, do we have anything for her? We have a body ring, okay. Didn't take that into account. Glad you like it. Yeah, it was a really good support. Big fan of it for sure. I could see the argument for the body ring on Tanya. I know that El Thunder is heavier by a pretty fair margin than Thunder, and she can handle Thunder, but that would essentially be +2 speed for her at a certain point. Who else would take the body ring? Queenie, kind of. I mean, Divine is pretty heavy. Oh, Queenie is also an option for Bishop. I forgot about that, but I think we're going Oracle with her, because I really like... Well, if we're going Oracle with her, then I'm not going to give her the con, because I like my rescue ability. That said, even if she gets +1 from the Oracle thing, she would be able to rescue everybody. Now, the obvious answer is Rob, because 17 con sounds hilarious. The other kind of obvious answer is Saoirse, because she's going to lose 2 con. She's going to lose 3 con on promotion. So putting her back up to 8 would keep her not too down bad when it comes to this steel sword. I don't know. Small argument for Benji is that he gets the great bow with no speed loss. However, his speed is not remarkable anyway. Tanya's the only option. She is a great option for it. Another great option, actually, is her, Roxy. She doesn't lose speed to Shine or Flux, so maybe not. Miles would have 11 con. To be fair, though, 9 con does him pretty well with swords, and he already has 23 speed. He's going crazy, by the way. Him and Caspian, they're kind of just untouchable right at this point. Alex, what's up? Came to drop a like before the fever takes you down for the evening. Well, I hope you start feeling better, but thank you for popping in. Really do appreciate that. I really do hope you feel better. Good luck, thank you, appreciate it. Saoirse will be at 7 con. She doesn't need anything but Floret and Staves and Tomes. True. That's very accurate, because she will have access to runes, and I have a lot of those, and runes are 1 weight, so really good there. Joseph would be an option if I think I felt as though it's actually not necessary at all, so no, he's not getting it. Boone, maybe? 11 con is pretty good for him, and he's going to get more on promotion anyway. I think it really is just Tanya, because the only other option would, I guess, be Catherine later. I think Trickster cannot use tomes. Yeah, they can use runes, though. I'm going to give it to Tanya. I think I'm going to go for that. I think it's a pretty big positive. What does it allow her for rescuing as well? Puts her even with Queenie, and otherwise it's not affecting her. Hello, what's up? Good to see you, Roche. Janna channel, not specifically Roche from Shadow Dragon, but you get the idea. Okay, I don't have any more lightning tomes. I can pick them up from the shop, and I am tempted to do so. Queenie having access to something very, for lack of a better term, light, is not great for her. Tanya will 100% use the con. Yeah, that's pretty much the thing. Yeah, she will use the con no matter what, because, you know, bolting's heavy, Rex bolt's gonna be heavy. She can use it, for sure. Let's see, there are horses in this map, if I recall correctly, so we'll bring the Horse Slayer. Axe Reaver is more tempting than a Steel Sword, honestly. But I will bring a sword, because he's one of the few that can get away with it, as opposed to, like, Boone, who cannot. Although he has Milarepa anyway. Javelin... We don't really have that many lance users, actually. Just Wanda now. Ah, she has the boots, that's right. I was gonna give her the boots, maybe. Because the Silver Knight doesn't gain a point of movement on promotion. So having an 8 move bow user would extend her range to 10 move, and she's also the favoritism thing. I'm gonna do it. I think. And if I lose Wanda, then I lose a pair of boots too. New pair of shoes for the waifu. Gotta love it. She's doing very well, by the way. I gave her the dream catch. I think we get another dream catch in this map. I wonder who that one would want to go to. Probably Tanya. Probably Tanya. Or Saoirse is still an option, I guess. Saoirse, Tanya, maybe Queenie. I think it should probably go to Tanya for the simple fact that it creates a very interesting dynamic of competition between the obvious two. Alright, I do want to give Wanda an Axe Reaver, because it is a very good weapon to have. Let's see. Refresh the Javelin, maybe. He does lose a little bit of speed and accuracy from the short spear, so I'm not going to go for that one. Even though the power boost would be really appreciated. I think it's enough power that it's worth it. Because if I'm using a Javelin with her, it's already pretty bad. Iron Lance, Axe Reaver, Slim Lance, Killer Lance. No healing item, but I guess that's how it'll have to be for now. Member card on Atticus, I would say that's fair, since he's going to be doing a little bit of stealing, and then lockpicking and going places. We'll do it like that. Beyond that, I think we're good. I'm leaving the longbow on him just in case. Or not just in case, but specifically because he's about to level into the ability to use it. And I want to give him the hammer, because I know that's going to be potent to this map. I'll drop the Sword Reaver, honestly. We have enough to cover that. I just want him to have full access to the effective weaponry, as it were. Okay, so spiders, I know that they don't have amazing res. We're going to start that off pretty simply, I would say. You have an Axe Reaver? Hope not. Short Spear, unlucky. Guard Lance, yeah, now I'm definitely going to have to use him to roll that guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lance Reaver should come in handy. I can move Joseph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then get him in range for the supports. How's Rob shaping up? He's doing quite well. Where is Rob? He's doing quite well. His stats are pretty mid down the line, but he's doing everything in just the way that I need him to. He's not feeling bad at all. Let's see, we can keep Benji near Caspian as well. I guess we could move. Steel Sword. We'll keep Benji right here. I think that's a good placement for him for now. I want Queenie near Boone. I guess Roxy does fine on that side. Kind of gives them a hard carry, which is something that they do need. Actually, doesn't Joseph need to be on this side in order to recruit Curtis? So I'm gonna have to do that. I hope that, let's see, it'll be 11 plus 17 for 28. 20 times 2. So yeah, he's fine. He'll kill without the support. Wanda here is good. There's something on this side that I want Atticus for. So I think him being on this side is positive. Move Caspian to be with Benji. I would. I just want Caspian to kill this guy, frame 1, because that's a lot of defense. And move back Roxy. I could do that. Roxy would be able to kill this guy. Pretty reliably, I would say. 10 res. 7... No, she would. 28. It'd be 18 times 2. She would kill. I guess I could do that. That's a pretty understandable trade. But I think I might keep it like this anyway. Put Tanya and Wanda next to each other. Although they're not supporting, they're still going to be pretty chill. Well, Atticus kind of ended up all the way over here by accident, but I guess that's okay. I do want to do a quick sweep through the enemies to see if there's anything scary, like a halberd. Dragon Axe is not really a problem for me. Lockpick on this guy. Do I have enough speed to steal with Atticus? 15 and 16 actually, so I do want to go on that side pretty much no matter what. Shame that Joseph Tanya isn't quite in yet because you like that one a lot. Upcoming update will bring a lot of supports. Very nice. I believe it's about 1/3. Gotcha. Well, I very much look forward to it regardless. Once that patch is in effect, I will apply it. We can read some of the supports that we've missed in the support viewer, probably after we've ended the series, assuming that we beat the game and the support viewer becomes unlocked. So we'll see if we're able to do that at all. If not, then I have save states, and I could go back and farm them pretty easily. Just kind of read off the ones that we missed. I wonder if you have enough speed to double the spider. Do not. Ah, but Queenie does, because... Wait, no, she won't, because she's way down by that. I miss very much not having the access to the Flame Lance. I don't recall if there's a secret shop in this chapter. If it is, it would be on this side. But I can't remember if that was Mercer's secret shop. Or if it's a regular one. I very much miss not getting the Flame Lance because it's huge for Wanda. It's huge for everybody, but especially Wanda. But anyway, we've been streaming for 20 minutes and we haven't started the map yet, so let's go ahead and get into it. It's not as though I have a great deal of time today, but we'll do what we can. We'll get through it. Start off strong. Let's kill this spider as quickly as we possibly can. It's a very big threat for us. Steel sword. I actually don't think we're going to be able to kill the spider. Well, maybe I was wrong. Uncertain if the new one will work, according to Zeph, also known as Caladrius, for those of you that don't know. We're going to L Thunder. I'm going to try for the crit. If she gets it, then we're very much happy. Excellent. Well done, Tanya. Well done indeed. Popping off, no doubt about it. She's doing very well. However, that does leave us very much dry of kill potential for Wanda, unless she Killer Lances here on the forest. Sounds like a good plan to me. I'm gonna have Boone go this way. Not as though it super matters, but it'll be a little bit more helpful. So, Lance Reaver this guy. A shame to do that. It's uncertain if the new patch will work with the old saves. Gotcha. That's understandable. That is super understandable. Whatever the case may be. We shall look at the supports that we want to look at, probably. I would say that if I really want to look at the supports, then I can just, like, open up a new save. Yo, what's up, Jig? Miles is so base. He's so good. Him and Caspian have been going absolutely crazy. But yeah, if I really want to look at supports, I can either open up a new save and do it that way, or I can just use FE Builder and open up, like, a version that has the supports already unlocked and stuff. Tanya's best girl when you need her to kill, unlike a certain redhead who can't kill with a Killer Lance. Well, to be perfectly fair, Tanya was not doubling. But either way, did someone just revamp them because they wanted to? Probably. And I think it was a good revamp. They look really nice. Okay, so Rob is about to be robbed of a lot of opportunity here, since he can't reach that guy right away. Benji doubling. To be fair, it is a Bone Walker with a Javelin. They're losing, like, all the speed in the world. That is impressive. Well done, Benji. I guess it doesn't super matter which I use, because invariably, we're just gonna let Roxy kill anyway. Benji's morbing. He really do be. Actually, I guess I don't have to let Roxy kill. I mean, she could go right here. No, I'm gonna let her kill. Because it's a Javelin. There's no There's no getting around that. It's a javelin. Scarred Lance Steel Sword. I have given him quite the odd layout. I probably should have spent a little bit more time on that, but I guess here we are. Okay, Lockpick is going to be... I guess I could use Atticus. No, he wouldn't die or anything, but I'm not going to do that. Benji Sweep, true. Good to see you, Redactado. Man, I can never say your name correctly. Could have been an Atticus kill, maybe. He was dealing 2 times 2. Even if he got double crits, he would have missed it. But it'll be how it do. What's the hot dog water doing? Everything that he can. He's got that lucky coin, barely keeping him afloat on the crit avoid front. Alright, now this is going to be the biggest difficulty of the map. Never mind, I was going to say, are we going to be able to kill this guy? But the answer is yes. Well, maybe the answer is letting Saoirse just do this. If she crits, then cool. And if not, then she gets experience on the enemy phase. Because Joseph doesn't need to be super up here this turn. It's fine if he's a little bit behind. I guess I could put him up here, but then I feel like this would attack him over Wanda. Because she has good defense, and she's on a forest, and she's using a lance, so... I'm gonna place like this and see what happens. Wind and... Oh, they have a support. I didn't know that those two had a support. Has Joseph been hitting this run? Yes, he has been hitting, but... He's also been somewhat hitting the hot dog water himself. His strength, or his power, is only 11 right now. To be fair, I did have to promote him a little bit earlier than usual, just because I needed a healer. But he's been slurping the dog water, that's for sure. He's not doing too well. There's a good chance that he gets benched if one of his support partners ends up biting the dust. Keeping it 100% on that one, because he needs some help, for sure. Oh, we need to crit twice here. This guy's bulky. We might be able to get away. Well, now we can get away with probably using, yeah, anything. Anything at all. I was going to say we could get away with using an Iron Lance or something next turn maybe, but now for sure. Alright, couple calves incoming. Asked your coworker if she could take your shift for you today because you had something planned, and she said yes. Then she said she couldn't 25 minutes before your shift started. Dang. He has been slurping the dog water, yep. Ah, unlucky. The physics staff over here. But yes, indeed, the dog water has been consumed. Here's Curtis. Very nice. Good to see him. Probably the first time that I'll get to use him. Or the first time that I will have used him. Equipping the Wind Tome for now. Good old Curtis. Curtis, what are you doing here? The male Pegasus. Sky Knight, I guess you would call him. With sword access. 9 con, 9 power. Really good bases in all other ways. He is essentially your typical Pegasus Knight, and the growth rates as well. Comes with the Anima Affinity, one of my favorites, personally one of the strongest. A bishop healing a monster, how curious. I know, right? True, there's some irony there. But yeah, he's really good. I have no complaints whatsoever about him. If you need a... Like, honestly, if you're in my position roughly, where you don't have units that are, like, necessarily mandatory for each deploy, he's a good fill-in unit. He's got a lot of potential. That said, he starts with a rapier, and I don't want to use the rapier on a Dragon Axe guy. So he's going to back off for now, and I'm going to let Joseph weaken, probably Saoirse kill, and we'll see what happens from there. Pure water. I'm going to go ahead and trade over a sword from Saoirse, and in the meanwhile, give her the vulnerary. So hopefully that'll work out. Go over here, kind of just chill with him. Do need to be very careful of this bishop. It is a strong unit. The talisman is a cool droppable, but I don't want to die for it. Doesn't Curtis have the same portrait before the time skip? Yes, he does. He's only in like 1 or 2 scenes. If not, I think it should just be 1. But either way, it is the same. He seems to be an older fellow anyway. I would have to hazard to guess at like late 20s if I just wanted to say a number. But whatever the case may be, he's very cool. Big fan of Curtis. I've never got to use him before though, so maybe my opinion will be changed. I don't really know. Wonder if Saoirse doubles this guy. 8 speed. Exactly 8 speed. Loses 1. So yes, that is perfect. Steel Sword is spot on. That said, what do you have? Axe Reaver, not that it super matters. She's probably not going to kill this guy, but I mean, better than nothing. Short Spear, cool. Thought I was in range of that for some reason. Couldn't imagine why, apart from the potential of just being in range of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So here's what we're going to do with this then. Have Boone probably weaken this guy within Short spear range. Yes, cool. So grab something mediocre out of the convoy, such as an iron lance. Yes, good. Excellent, Boone. Don't crit, though. Don't crit, though. I want this experience to go to Wanda as much as I possibly can. Because if I can have Wanda promoted by the next map, I'll be very pleased. I don't think that I'm going to have her promoted by next map, but her being promoted next map will be a huge step forward in the strategy for that map. That map's going to be a rough one. If I'm not mistaken, that is the map where we return to Leah, Catherine, Virgil, and Grant. And that is a darn hard one, especially when you don't have flyers. And that is not something that I have, so we'll see how that goes. We can put away the hammer, we don't need it anymore. I want to grab a pure water. Throw down a good old Caspian right here. Maybe let him... He probably already has a support active with Tanya, so let's go ahead for that. Oh, well, they have a support active already. I'm tempted, I really am, but I've already got stuff going. I like the obvious replacement units, because they make you scoff at them when you first get them, but then become saviors, yeah. Invariably. It's always nice to have something that'll come in and ease the burden when you've been down bad a little bit. So we've got these guys up here, that's cool. Just remember that Wanda's weak to halberds for sure. Yeah, we've got a halberd up here as well. So we'll have to be very careful. Swordmaster, very strong as well. The promoted enemies in this game are no joke. Never underestimate a promoted enemy in this hack. And Tarvos, yep. That's very true. There is Tarvos that did her in last time. It's a very unfortunate circumstance, but indeed one that did occur. I'm going to try to kill the Silver Lance with Roxy, because otherwise she's fine. She probably doesn't even die if she gets hit by both. Yeah, not a chance. She's doing very well out here. Steel Axe, okay. Sounds good to me. Farm 'em for experience, Roxy. If you miss this, then that's pretty rough, but you'll be fine. You'll make it. There's one unit we can rely on. Wow. I guess she knew. That's kind of rough, but I can just place Miles here with the Lance Reaver equipped and nothing bad occurs whatsoever. She's not in range of this guy. I'm going to block this guy off. We're fine. We'll make it. Place him right here with Lance Reaver. Obviously, Miles will not be in any amount of danger from all of that. Shout out to Wade and Lot for replacing Alan and Lance. Very nice. And then being the only two units who could consistently damage Zephiel. Wonderful. Some units really are built different. I will say that Wade is one of my favorites in that regard. He has a lot of potential. It is oftentimes squandered, but the potential yet remains. It's something that I quite like to see. Let's see. Atticus will not... Atticus. Is that his name? Atticus. Right. I was thinking of Attica for some reason. Let's see. Even thought that Wade would die the whole run, and then he ended up killing Zephiel with an iron bow. Excellent. That's what you love to see. The last time I used Wade, he didn't level a point of strength literally once the entire run. Ah, Benji, you're so close. You're so close, Benji. Ah, if only I had Caspian over here, as was recommended to me, actually. Shout out to Roche and Caesar, yeah. Caesar is a unit that has a lot of really funny things. Also, shout out to Benji for taking 0 damage times 2. But Caesar is a unit that the next time I play Shadow Dragon, he's getting a very particular treatment. There's been this one strategy that I've wanted to try with Caesar for probably actually years now. Let's see, he can't be attacked from 2 range, so I'm just going to Steel Sword this for the weapon experience. There's one particular strategy I want to try with Caesar in Shadow Dragon. You want to try it? Okay, you're going to enjoy this one. So, and this is going to be dumb, but hear me out. Caesar as a hunter to start off with your reclasses, okay? Take him through hunter, he gets that speed growth boost, starts popping off a little bit, he's already got pretty good strength, you see what I mean? He's hitting all the benchmarks. Then you promote him, and you put him in general. Now you do lose 10 speed, but he's going to gain a ton of defense, a lot more strength, and still have speed to work with. He might still double people depending on how well he levels speed, and his speed growth doesn't simply evaporate as a result of being a general, it's just lower. So there's a good chance you get him to like 17, 19-ish speed by the end of the game, and he's still doubling things very reliably. You get him a dragon pike, you forge up the dragon pike. Obviously, he's a hunter up to this point, so he's got S rank or A rank bows. Parthia, General, dude, Caesar. Parthia, General, Caesar. With speed. I want to try that very badly. Very badly. It sounds completely stupid. Give him a speed wing? True. Give him a speed wing. Just see what happens. Doing it next time, please let me know how it goes. I don't think I'm going to get to play Shadow Dragon for quite some time, but I want to do that the next time I do. It's one of, well, you know what, if you're only going to get one stat, sure, let it be power. It's one of those strats that kind of just seems like it's a, oh, Atticus is going to die now, question mark. He's not, okay, he's no longer going to die. Anyway, it's one of those strategies that I really never thought that I'd get to try out. Or never, I guess I haven't got to try it out, but whatever. It's one of those strategies that seems stupid, but it's really fun. Another strategy similar to that I've tried before is making, and this one actually had a great deal of success. Yeah, she'll be okay. I just have to heal her up. Archer Rocher is incredibly fun. You're right. Archer Rocher and Mage Violent. Those two right there are built different. I promise you. Let's see. And then there was another one. What was the other one? Right. Daros is an Armor Knight, just straight out the gate. 1 base speed, 0 base, or 1 base speed, 0 speed growth. Period. He doesn't gain, okay, whatever. He doesn't gain speed the entire run. He just doesn't. He doesn't get speed. But he levels like Wolf and Sedgar do. You gotta get a little bit lucky on the strength. But his defense is like 60%. Obviously, Knight has a great base as well. So you do stuff like that, you find yourself having a real darn funny time for absolutely no good reason. Reclassing in Shadow Dragon is probably my favorite from across the series, because it just really hits different. There's something about it. Also, well done, Curtis. Remember the Master Seal from that mage, true. Thank you for reminding me, I did forget about that. We'll make sure to grab that. If I kill this guy... Let's see. Yeah, because I was probably going to end up killing that unit right away, otherwise. Very difficult. Myrmidon Kane, your first playthrough, was really cool. We have a very similar experience then, because Myrmidon Kane was one of the first things that I ever did when I got into reclassing myself. Definitely one of my favorite memories from that game. It's a wonderful game, Shadow Dragon. Okay, so I'm just going to Steel Sword this guy. Rob can bait this guy pretty reliably, honestly. Rob actually doubles this unit, because he gets way down by 2. So we can have Rob bait this unit. Probably tank you. Do we double? We do. We double the dude. We're not going to kill, because Rob is actually weaker than Saoirse. And Saoirse is not capable of the same feats with regard to this guy, although she can now, so that's really cool. Oh, okay. I forgot about that. Brave monster weapon. 15% crit. Uh-oh. That's scary. That's really scary. Myrmidon Kane is definitely based. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Would I be able to double him with Forseti? I would. So, that would be 12, 23, minus 5 for 18 times 2. So, Forseti can do that. Then this guy will attack from one range with the Steel Sword or the Short Spear, probably the Short Spear. And then we attack from 2 range once again. So, start off with this. Haven't tried it, but Dark Mage Cord is a popular one. Yeah, that's one I haven't tried either. Ouch, by the way. I'm actually a big fan of Cord as a hunter. I just think that bows in that game are a little bit underrated. Not necessarily that they're thought of as bad, but I think that they have more potential than is necessarily let on. Ah, nice crit. Saving me a use. But it's one of those things, like... There are a lot of flyers, there are a lot of, like... What are they called? Wyverns in that game? I don't know if they're still called Wyverns. They should be. Dragoons? Either way. And then chip damage is always valuable in that game, because, you know, it kind of just starts going crazy sometimes with the damage output on some of the units, and you want to attack them from a safe distance. Speaking of attacking from a safe distance, absolutely 0 defense, yeah, true. He does lose like 10, and he goes down to like 3 base or something. It's pretty crazy. Caspian will double this guy with the iron bow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but we will not reach. Will Boone get doubled? Will he face crit rate? These are my questions. He will face 2 crit rate unless he's in Queenie's support range, which I can manage, which I will manage. One of these guys has a halberd, so I have to be careful. This one, however, does not. The combination of Wanda and Tanya should kill this unit. We could hazard the crits. Let's see, I think the combination of the 2 is fine, though. It's actually not, darn. So I do have to go for the Elf Thunder. I just need to make sure that nobody gets doubled by this guy, essentially, because everything else I can mitigate. The crit rate against us is essentially a non-issue. Because of our supports that are in range. Caspian. You're still going to face a little bit of crit rate, but they don't attack based off of crit rate, so this should work. Hunter Draug has... Well, that's unlucky. That is highly unfortunate right there. So now we're going to have to very heavily modify that strategy. But it shall still work out. So we'll just have Boone kill this guy. Simple as, and then Caspian can one-shot the other one with the halberd. Was hoping to avoid doing so, but it's very much a possibility, very much what I'm going to do. But yeah, Hunter Draug is an interesting choice. I think the only time that I've ever used Draug in that game to the fullest extent was when I made him into a sorcerer. Because his speed does pretty well with the sorcerer line. I wonder if it's worth it to attack this guy with Curtis. Curtis has pretty good res. He shouldn't die to this guy. 21 damage. Does face a little bit of crit rate, but again, they don't attack based off of crit rate, so... We could do this. He probably doesn't get hit anyway, and I could maybe give him a better sword from the convoy, so we'll give that a look. I'm going to put the rapier away, though, just in case. I'm just a tad bit scared on that front. That should work out just fine, and then hopefully Queenie can get the kill. First time seeing his animation for a while. Swordmaster, question mark, maybe. What about Mercenary Draug? Would that be good? I think it would have a lot of potential. I think that Draug as a mercenary would really, really go crazy on the speed. Well, Wanda, you've given me this opportunity. I will not squander it. Reasonably, Boone is the one who's going to be attacked based upon his incredibly low res, and the Queenie's support will patch him up wonderfully. Again, he doesn't get doubled, right? Okay. He does not get doubled. That is what's important here. Otherwise, it'd be 21. It would have been 19 times 2 if he had gotten doubled there. A little bit less because the Queenie's support takes off 1 point, being at B rank. Anyway, that was scary for just a moment because I just about threw the whole run. If he had not leveled speed and gotten that speed wing exactly once, it would have been over right there. So, well done, Boone. You've done exactly what is mandatory. And no more, I might add. Anyway, reclassing in Shadow Dragon is a beautiful experience. If you haven't played Shadow Dragon, I implore you to. It is by far my second favorite in the series. Just due to the reclassing. I also very much prefer it over New Mystery. That may be a hot take, because I know that some people like New Mystery a little bit more, but I think that Shadow Dragon generally hits the gameplay formula a little bit better. I am also not a fan of games that discard weapon weight as a whole. Wow, this guy is insane. Steel lockpick, you're right. Thank you for... Actually, I think I did. Yeah, I can get the vulnerary back, though. But either way. Shadow Dragon does a lot of things well. I think that it not having weapon weight in New Mystery really does take away a lot for me. Heresy. Fair enough, fair enough. I think that having no weapon weight is a negative, for sure. No longer Wolf Girl Enthusiast. Well, I've been a Wolf Girl Enthusiast the entire time. It's just a matter of whether weapon weight is a factor. But yeah, no weapon weight just means that steel becomes better than iron in like every circumstance, especially in that game because accuracy is not really a factor. And I also think that weapon weight is... I think the only time that weapon weight has been done to my liking is GBA with Constitution. Because I think not having weapon weight by itself, obviously that becomes a thing. 69, nice. The whole, like, steel just replacing everything else or whatever. And then obviously, silver replaces everything at that point. But I don't really like strength-based constitution. This is something that I wanted to actually make a full video about, but I don't think I'm ever going to have the time. Feels like time is slipping through my grasp on repeat. As such, it's hard to do things in that regard, but strength-based constitution is bad. TBH. Don't understand it in anything besides GBA and FE1. Yeah, fair enough. Definitely understandable there. Which is actually kind of funny, because the GBA system is often, like, quote-unquote touted as being, like, too confusing and stuff. Like New Mystery more than SD because of growth rates. Oh, you know what? That's fair. That's understandable. And also no Dancer, yeah. I can get that for sure. The New Mystery growth rates are pretty through the roof, and I don't actually have an issue with that. It does create a lot of fun for different types of players. Like, it's do I want to say generally? Because I don't know if it is general to say this, but I think that growth rates being high is probably better for most players, because it creates an experience that you can tailor your needs a lot differently in that way. Because, like, if you're going to level strength like 35 times, you probably don't need to rely on the base, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be like, oh, when am I going to get a unit who has this amount of HP for this threshold or whatever. You're just going to have them. You're just gonna do the thing that you want to do. Also, I need to steal this. I almost forgot. Trade you your lockpick back, or vulnerary, whatever. I don't know. Why in God's name would you give Lena a 20% HP growth? Yeah, honestly. Wow. Wow. Good level up. Well done. Alrighty, let's kill this guy now. Please, Miles, I'm begging you. You gotta do this for me. Yeah, Shadow Dragon is pretty known for its low growth rates, no doubt about it. Drog had like a 20 or 30% defense, yeah. Ooh, is Warrior in range? Maybe. He's very close. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, let's do this. Trade you over to an Iron Sword. Keep Rob with Steel Sword, because it doesn't matter. It's a dog, it's not going to double. Well, it might double, but it's not going to damage him significantly. Overcompensated and gave him a 50% speed growth, true. Gonna train Julian? Very nice. Julian is the unit that definitely deserves to be trained in at least one playthrough. He is someone who is just really fun to use for absolutely no reason. Like, he shouldn't be very good. He's reasonably not going to be amazing. But he does some cool stuff. Let's see, so Curtis is weak to the Elwind, but I can manage that. I think my best bet here is trying to kill this guy with Caspian, and then ending up trading Caspian over to a Sword Reaver. Because then, I guess that still works. I could just put it off for a turn. You like using Gordon unironically, that's fair. I think the Gordon has a lot of cool potential. Yeah, Julian's awesome. This guy is going to be a bit of a pain, as it would appear. Especially being on a forest like that, that's kind of rough. I guess I'll put Tanya here to give the support to Caspian. And then really, really hope that he hits. Because if not, then I have to box him in with Wanda, and that's not exactly my favorite thing to have to do. Because, I mean, I'm going to attack with Wanda probably regardless, but having to attack and then also boxing in that way would be rough. Hit rate on the forest is kind of bad. I don't want to go for that. And Benji's over here holding the lucky coin. If she got hit by a 4% crit, I would probably just not be okay. I would have to take a moment. I'd have to take a very significant amount of moments. Wanda is putting in work. She's doing a good job. It's just... do I risk a 44? Probably miss, and then risk a 4% crit. I don't think the answer to that is yes. So we'll go ahead and get this A-rank Boone support. Boone. Hello, Queenie. Something I can do for you. I thought he was going to say. There's something I need to tell you. I'm listening. After this is over, I won't be around. Queenie, I don't understand. Why? Devante and I, our fates are tied together. Devante must be put to rest, and I will go with him. We are doomed at this point. How do you know that that's true? We've shared our destiny together throughout our whole lives. I don't understand. I wouldn't expect you to. I only wanted to let you know. I don't think you're doomed, Queenie. It's too bad you don't know me better. No, Queenie, you'll outlive this mess you were born into. I'll see to it myself if I have to. It's not about destiny, Queenie. It's about your life. I'll protect it myself. Boone, I don't know what to say. Maybe this is why I find you so interesting. You always seem to challenge not just near impossible odds, but fate itself. You take your life into your own hands. You can do it too, Queenie. Let's shape our own fates. I really do admire the way you think, but trust me, Queenie. Well, maybe I will. You better. After all, I trust you. I wouldn't want to lose you. Boone, stay near me if you have to. That's a good support. That's a really good one. Reverse recruitment, Roger. Very nice. He's pre-promote with bug stats. Awesome. I've never used Roger before. I'll take your word for it. Okay, if Boone misses this, then I have to instead wall off with Curtis, because I'm not risking Wanda's life. 20 damage, that's light. His res isn't as good as I thought it was. Oh, with big stats, gotcha. Yeah, that was a good support. I'm a fan. See, my best bet is to use Wanda to just do this and try to wall it off, but I just can't. Boone's my best chance at doing this, so I'm just gonna roll with it. Okay, good. Good experience for Boone regardless. It's just scary out here is all. I'm not gonna risk having a promoted enemy just living. Fascinating level up there. And a talisman. Love to see it. He would be a good user of the talisman, honestly, because Shadow Shot's gonna be an issue later. No doubt about it. Shadow Shot will indeed farm him for experience if it has anything to say about it. Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and do this. Rescue. Probably go like right here. Could have dropped him closer, actually, but so be it. Alrighty, let's see what happens. We've got a Sword Master in our midst. They've got a Sword Master in theirs. There's good experience for Benji. Love to see it. The doggos are quite scary, of course. Should one round this guy. Please don't hit me. Darn, unlucky. We'll live. We'll be fine. But it is a shame. Alright, Sersha. Let's see. Yes, there is a secret shop on this map, but do I have money? That is my question. Alright, fair enough. He's probably gonna double. She's got very low speed right now. Yeah, makes sense to me. Give Rob the dog kill. I could. I think that'd be a good option. He does need the experience just a little bit more than Benji does right now. That said, Benji experience. My favorite. Most important meal of the day. Serving it up Benji's way. Okay. Well then, if that's the case, what I'm going to do is give him the Sword Reaver. And I'm going to let him have his way with that guy. Like this. Then myself. Seems to be a good option to do this. Fire beats wind, so Tanya takes effective damage from this guy. Like the Florette's ranged animation. Yeah, it's very nice. It's like a flower. I don't know if it's based upon the animation from the Florette and Radiant Dawn. I don't think I've ever used. Let's be very careful, I just want to check. Okay, yeah, extremely not okay there. Wanda's gonna have to mop this one for us. Gonna have to use one of these or something. I wonder about that, actually. Seems quite shaky. I guess we'll go right here in Vulnerary. Probably end up rescuing her around. Florette's and Radiant Dawn? Maybe. I don't actually recall. I've never used Mist in either of the games that she's in. It is Mist's weapon, if I recall, so that was my basis for thought there. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this then. The dog can do what it wants. It's not going to kill anybody. Caspian would like to be healed prior to doing this, but actually it's gonna hurt very badly. Sword Reaver will bump him up to effective 14. And the Tanya support will bump him up by one more, so 15. So he'd be taking 9 damage. Would it be times 2? It would not be times 2. So 9 damage. It actually can't kill him as long as he doesn't take additional damage. Which, to be fair, the dog has that potential, does it? The dog does have that potential. I would like to have him healed. Maybe I should just hold off, honestly. Like, I could pretty reasonably just kill this guy. And then wait here for another turn. Like, there's no reason to risk literally Caspian over this. So, let's not. Let's just take it easy for a turn. Got that Master Seal. That'll come in super handy, obviously. We're getting a lot of Master Seals, a lot of promotion items, and a lot of units that are very much desiring to promote. I guess what I could do is I could go ahead and bring Saoirse around, but I don't know. Actually, one-shots. This unit's kind of scary. Little bit scary, no doubt about it. Kinda farms all of my units here for experience. Except Queenie now, I suppose. I could heal her up and just kind of wall off. Grab a more accurate weapon for Wanda and at least give it a shot, because now she's not facing any crit rate due to the Saoirse support being right there. Iron Lance was just a tad bit short on damage. Else I would have, or was it? If it wasn't, then I guess I could have tried, but whatever the case may be. That worked out well enough. Boone probably faces the most danger right now. He doesn't get doubled. Takes 15 damage, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The dog would then be in range. That's really bad, because if I attack from up top now, then obviously that occurs. So yeah, Boone could just die there in that circumstance. I mean, I hate to say it, but my only, like, guaranteed way out... actually... Boone's gonna take less damage, -1. Better damage and 70% accuracy. Well, either way... Hate to say it, but my best bet at living here is to sacrifice Curtis. Because this obviously goes for Boone. Well, that's quite unlucky. I guess I could also just back off, but then the dog ends up attacking Queenie. And it will double. 17 damage. 13 times 2. Queenie's gonna die either way. Well, this one mage kind of became more of an issue than I expected that he would be. Because then my only other outs at this point... I don't have any units over here. Set Curtis should at least trade off the Rapier. Yeah, it's already in the convoy. I would just dump all of his stuff into the convoy, essentially. Let's see. I'm gonna do that, and then Queenie's gonna die anyway. So maybe the play is to pick up Queenie? No, it's not, because... All because Wanda couldn't kill. Well, it's actually a myriad of factors beyond just Wanda, but yes. I will save you, Queenie, yeah. Let's see, is there a way out? I'm willing to sacrifice Curtis if it comes down to it. This guy kills Curtis. But I could also use Curtis to kill him. And then I save... I don't know if the dog would move before the Swordmaster. That would make all of the difference. Got to strat, hear you out. I'm not killing Wanda. No, there's no circumstance. I guess actually, in truth, the strat is to pick up... Swordmaster, where do you reach to? It's a 65, that never fails ever, I know. No sacrifice needed? I'm interested. I could probably do something on this side to help ease the burden. It's 2 RN. I know, but if it does miss, then I just lose Curtis. And then subsequently the run dies because Boone dies. So I'm thinking, what can I do with rescues, right? So, with rescues, I could pick up any of these units and then stand here. Alternatively, I pick up one of these units, and so the reason I say stand there specifically is so that I could pick up Caspian, just like that. Pick him up, rescue drop him with the Sword Reaver in place, and then he blocks the Swordmaster and the dog from attacking Queenie. That doesn't free up Boone, but it does free up... Well, actually what I could do is I could just keep that as that is. Well, no, I couldn't, because Queenie needs to avoid being hit by the dog at pretty much all costs. That's hard. Trade Boone a ranged weapon, then pick up Queenie and go behind Wanda. He will attack Joseph because he can't retaliate and run away with Tanya. There is some validity to that. If I do pick up Boone... Well, yeah, trade Boone a ranged weapon, pick up Queenie. He'll go behind Wanda. And then go behind Wanda, okay. Yeah, so it would be supply, grab a ranged weapon for Boone, trade that over, rescue Queenie, take off. There is merit to that, for sure. It's a big risk, that's to be sure, too. Well, let's see, would that work out? Because 1 range moves before 2 range. Well, actually, 1 range moves before 2 range, so I'm honestly already safe. Because what's going to occur now is that the dog is going to move, attack Caspian, because that's his only option, subsequently die, and then the Wind Mage is standing wherever he wants to stand and attacking whoever he wants to attack. Maybe the play is to do nothing? I mean... Yeah, they might still go for Boone, that's kind of the thing. And, like, so, what Mage General has said is my, like, objective, safest option. Because at that point, which is sacrifice you're willing to make, if his Kanto isn't far enough, it would be far enough. Yeah, it'd be fine. Because he would go right here, and then Kanto up to here. Joseph getting attacked isn't a big deal. I don't know if they would go for Joseph necessarily, because I know that while they won't get retaliated upon, I don't know if the damage would be enough for the unit to feel justified, essentially. Because sometimes they want to go for more damage, sometimes they want to go for not taking damage. It's a little bit finicky. I don't know the exact range on the damage, which determines that AI. I think mostly, above all else, they want to avoid getting attacked back, and that's a good way of looking at it. If the dog weakens Caspian enough, he might kill Caspian as well. That's possible. I did give him a staff, or a pure water, so 10 res, he'd take 8 damage, the dog can't deal enough, so he'll be fine. Caspian will be fine. I think, because the dog can't double Caspian either. He gets 1 shot. No, he doesn't. He doesn't get 1 shot, but he's not doing anything. I guess my thing here is, like... I basically have 3 options. I either follow Mage General's strat, which I do think is a good one. Option 2 is just picking up Boone and getting out of there, because, I mean, at that point, the run is guaranteed saved if I just get out of there with Boone. I probably lose Curtis, I probably lose Queenie, but the run is saved. Alternatively, I pick up Boone like this, stay right there, Curtis dies, the mage stays where it's at, because that's the only space it can attack from 2 range and not get retaliated upon. And then the dog attacks into either Wanda or Caspian, which is fine. This guaranteed saves the run, and saves Queenie's life, but I lose Curtis for it. Which, to be fair, is not, like, the most tremendous loss. I've never got to use him before, and I do want to. But I am also recognizing that next chapter I'm getting back Virgil, Leah, and Catherine. All 3 with really good stats. Arguably Grant too, but I think that Grant's probably going to be benched. So, like, Curtis isn't going to be a unit that I'm going to be able to use anyway, probably. But that's not the main thing here. The main thing is, like, the run at that point would be saved. Because the dog can't single-handedly kill Boone. 17 damage, be 18, or it'd be 16 because of the... Actually, he can't double Boone either. It's just a matter of if Mage attacked into Boone first, then he'd be weak enough to die. Yeah, I would trade off all of his items. Yeah, relying on the AI is what's getting me here, because I'm pretty confident that this is what would happen. I'm pretty confident that the mage goes to right here, attacks Boone, the dog moves down. Well, actually, no. What I'm confident of is that the dog moves first, attacks Caspian, and then this has to stay here, can't kill anybody. I guess what we could do is save state it just to see what happens, but obviously stick with the choice that we go with. I just want to have this to test my knowledge, essentially. So, we're going to sacrifice Curtis. I'm going to sacrifice Curtis. That's the play that I'm making. I'm proclaiming that right now. But we're going to see what would have happened if we stood here and did nothing, as I think it would go. So I'm going to place these things in the convoy. I'm going to take a weapon for Curtis so that the mage doesn't move one space to the left and attack him. I'm going to lose this iron sword for it, but I think... So my rationale in putting him like this with the iron sword is that the mage does not now move to right here. Which mages want to do if they can be in one range. And just try your strat. We can try your strat too. And then, so I'm thinking the dog moves first anyway. And that's what happens. But if not, if the mage does move first, then he attacks from this square, and that saves Queenie's life. And from there, we just go right here with Tanya. So this is the strat we're going with. That's what's going to happen. We're going to lose Curtis for it. I'm very much okay with that. We're gonna... The run is saved now. Like, no matter what happens, if the worst case scenario occurs, and this mage moves over one space anyway, because he can kill for one shot anyway, then we lose Queenie and Curtis. But the run is saved because Boone cannot physically die, because he cannot be attacked by 2 units, and that's what matters at the end of it, because if the run dies, if Boone dies, the run dies, then we lose every unit, you know what I mean? So, I gotta minimize the possibility of that occurring above pretty much all else, even in abandon of what is perhaps better solutions. Sticky situation, we're in hot dog water now, in the hot dog water jar, uh-oh. Big rip there. Okay, now this warrior is going to be an issue. I'm going to put Miles right here. He'll bait the warrior and the silver bow. Ooh, it's a silver bow. That's kind of rough. I placed hot dog water where Miles is standing now, though. That would be okay. Yeah, that'd be fine. Or if I placed Roxy in that range, that would also be okay. Warrior, yeah, the warrior's right here. He's a little bit scary. He's got good stats. He's got a silver axe. I haven't opened up this yet, and I don't intend to for a solid minute or two. It's a very scary place in there. Watch Curtis dodge both hits. If he does, that's crazy. If he dodges both and lives, then we have to use him for the rest of the run. It is a mandatory action at that point. That is precisely what is necessary to occur. Okay, so I could bait out the warrior still, without baiting... Wait, would that be in range? I could bait out the warrior still, and I think that I will. I'll use Slim Sword for the most avoid. So you're not in range, you are now in range with a bow. Miles still has 2 uses of the Killing Edge, which is my primary kill weapon there. Put Benji right here with the killer bow to bait this guy. And then we just have Rob and Atticus here. And I'm going to leave this wall intact because I think there are reinforcements. I could put Atticus this way. No real harm in doing so. Okay, so now we'll see what actually happens. Does the silver bow guy move? Yeah, he moved last turn, so he's on his way. Okay, now we see what happens. Obviously, Curtis is going down. Yeah, so the dog would have moved first. That was what I thought was going to happen. Because 1 range moves before 2 range. That's just how it is. The only, like, exception... Yeah, and then he stayed there. If he dodges 2 91s. Okay, so definitively, I didn't mean to. Wait, is he a game over condition? Okay, good. I was scared there for a second, because sometimes units, when they first join, are game over conditions. Imagine that was how it all ended. That would have been the worst case scenario. I do feel really bad about losing Curtis, though. He is someone that I enjoy, both character-wise and in potential gameplay-wise. Okay. Troubadour. Really being my worst enemy of all time here. But now, the fun begins, because Miles has the Killing Edge. This guy has a lot of HP. I hope I'm able to get through him. Is Atticus able to do anything here? Not a bad option. But I'm thinking that we do this. Try for crits when we inevitably miss one of them. And both of them, we just use Roxy from one range. And then we probably end up using Hot Dog Water as well, because this warrior is insane, apparently. Alright, Rob, you're letting me down here as well. Uh-oh. Quite the circumstance here. Well, that's unlucky. I guess I can use Nosferatu. Yep, that's kind of rough. Riley might have a job indeed. Let's see here. And if that's how much damage he's dealing, I'm not putting my hopes up for Rob. I guess I could use Rob plus Atticus now and do this, but... And, like, there's no way that... Use Atticus and Rob, yeah. My best case scenario here is Atticus crits, one of these. But I can't bank on that now that I've watched Miles miss 2 crits in a row. If only I had a dancer. Imagine a world where a dancer was available in this game of all games. I've never heard of her. Noelle, who's that? Okay, well anyway, I can't let this guy live for another turn, so I'm just gonna Iron Bow him down. And then I'll have Wanda and Caspian stand out in front of the dog. And whatever happens in that circumstance is what occurs. Not from here, obviously, I just want to check the damage. So go right here. Slim Lance, you're fine. Good old Noodle, true. Alright, and then we'll try some El Thunder, we'll try some Queenie Magic as well. Whatever happens, happens. Very nice, that actually worked out very perfectly. And Roxy, one range warrior, and Benji kills. That's what I would like to happen. I guess Benji could attack from down here. Does become a little bit shakier without the Rob supports. But nonetheless... Alright, Atticus. If you don't get this, then you probably die. Hey, that's what you like to see. That's saving the run right there. That's what he's done. Alright, and then to maximize Roxy's survival odds... There is no maximizing her survival odds. I just gotta do what's the best accuracy. 20 damage. Well. That's kinda rough. Whatever's the best damage then, so... Benji's actually gonna be a point short unless he's in range of the Rob support. So not only does Roxy have to hit this, 69 of all things, Benji has to follow up. Which Benji can do. Benji can survive. Let's see, would Roxy be super down bad against this guy? I'm not even going to question that. Nice, yeah, there is some nice to that. I could get the support just for the sole purpose of boosting hit rate. That would be, like, the thing to do here. That would be what needs to occur. So Benji plus Roxy can kill. It's just... Okay, who else does Roxy support anyway? She supports Noelle, Liang, Atticus. Who else? Yep, do it. It's probably necessary. I hate to do it because I know I'm not using Atticus, and I know that I'm just losing the support slot. She also supports Travis, Virgil, question mark? I mean, it's better to have her alive than not, you know, so... It's better to have her alive, so I'm just gonna go for the support, even though I don't like it. Even though I don't like having to go for it. It boosts the hit rate by 5, 2. Still, it's better than nothing. Please hits. Is that a crit? There's no way. Okay. If that 2 mattered, then cool. No one other than Atticus that you're using. Right. Yeah, that's true. Fine, fair enough. Then Benji, if you miss this, then I will cry very loudly, very agonizingly. Because we will have lost not just Hot Dog Water, but Miles too. So, reliant upon the Dog Water himself, he better get strength and speed off of this. He got strength at least, cool. He might be ready for promotion. I could use another promoted unit right about now. I do have the Master Seal right here. I might just go ahead and promote him. I don't really see a point in bringing him up in levels anymore. He would cap skill, and like at that point, whatever, because it's skill on an archer. Has some merit with the giant's bow and stuff, but for now it doesn't really matter. Plus he's getting full hit rate from his supports. He's just gonna promote next turn. I'm just gonna promote Benji next turn. We're gonna roll with it. I could also put Rob like right here with the guard lance and completely bait this guy in this direction, but I have Sword Reaver casting here. Super hot dog water, yeah. I do want to go sniper with Benji. I would like to retain access to the great bow and longbow. And as such, that's what we're gonna do. Plus he's gonna gain the crit rate. You can't talk because you're silenced, that's funny. That's pretty hilarious. I knew about that mechanic, but it's been a while. I don't think I've seen that in quite a long time. But anyway, now that that chaos has come to a close, I kill chaos. I mean, at this point, I'm just gonna wait one more turn so that I can heal like this. Okay, so now the fun begins. That's very funny. I haven't seen that. Yeah, it's pretty good. I already wish I had a Sword Slayer, my favorite weapon in all of Fire Emblem. Maybe one of these days. Unlock staff, cool. Preesh, arigato. Okay, so you're in range of your support partners. Should have supported those two while I had the chance. Okay, these two are supporting. Cool, cool, cool. You guys supporting yet? Not yet. Okay. Swordmaster goes that way. Awesome. Benji goes ahead and promotes. Just like this. Super hot dog water. Imagine. Man, that's such a cool palette for him. It adds Sure Strike, he gets swords, he'd be mounted, but he would lose access to a little bit of crit rates, which he does quite need. He would also be a really good rescuer, because his con's not super high. But I'm gonna go sniper. I need to retain somebody who has super good range on their bows. Who also has... Yeah, I'm just gonna go sniper. Whatever. Which gives more speed. Probably ranger, to be honest, if I had to hazard a guess there. Because I think sniper only gives 1. Maybe it's 2? It might have been changed. I don't know. Yeah, okay, it's 2. To be fair, this also does bump up his defenses pretty nicely, which is something that he would have a harder time of with ranger. I'm good with sniper. I'm good with sniper for sure. Also, let's just go ahead and test our hypotheses from earlier. Let's go ahead and load this back up and see what would have happened. So, obviously we know now that if we just ended turn, Boone would have been fine. Because this would have occurred, essentially. Yada yada. Everything would have just been okay. We would have lost nobody in that circumstance, but I was not fully... I didn't want to completely and perfectly rely on the AI, even though I did know what was going to happen. Let's not forget, I did say that. But then this option as well would have been trading a Javelin to Boone, doing that, rescuing Queenie, going here, and then moving Tanya out of the way. Just like that. And the same outcome would have probably occurred, because the dog is going to move first, and then the mage moves, so... No matter what would have happened there, I specifically took the worst outcome. And I did it willing. Well, he actually might die now? I think he's... Well, that was a mandatory hit, I think, because... Didn't that guy have 14 speed or something? No, what was his speed at? Because Boone does lose 1 speed to the Javelin. 12... Okay, he would have been fine either way. I took specifically the worst possible... outcome, but it guaranteed the safety, essentially. No matter what the AI decided to do, it guaranteed the safety. And though I am displeased, and though I had the knowledge that would have prevented that, we took the safest route. And that's what matters. It adds a little bit more flavor to the run, too. You know what? We've had our hypotheses tested. We had a little bit of fun in the process. It was a very stressful situation. All in all, things went about as well as I could have expected them to. Alrighty, Wanda, let's get into it. You get a whole healer to yourself. You would have had that opportunity prior to this with the supports through Ariel, but now the healer is yours in blood. That's what matters. That's pretty funny, honestly. I'm not too upset about that. I think it was a good learning experience, if nothing else. Curtis could have lived and helped you next chapter, yeah. Well, we knew what would have happened. We knew, but... We didn't know, and that's what matters, I suppose. Either way, I think it's fun. I think it's funny. It adds to the experience. It's something I'll never forget. I should remember to trust myself when it comes to Fire Emblem AI. The only thing that was, like, legitimately in my brain is getting in the way was the possibility of the dog having been a reinforcement. And I know that reinforcements that spawn after 2 range enemies can sometimes move before the 2 range enemies. Although it's, like, generally not going to occur anyway. So I should have just trusted myself, ultimately. The play was to just stand there. But regardless, a lot of reinforcements. Alright. Tarbos with steel and silver. I mean, she could probably handle the situation. She's not going to be perfectly okay, but she's going to be fine. 91 hit rate on a Swordmaster with an axe. SMH, true. Now, the hard part's going to be killing the Swordmaster because, obviously, as you saw, Swordmaster got healed. That's kind of rough. That's kind of bad, but we will manage. Go ahead and get this support. Connor Joseph, be support placeholder. True, true. Elwind it up. And then we'll grab the support with Tanya as well on Caspian. Max out his supports. Oh, they don't have it yet. Well, either way. A little bit of possibility for promoted experience if she crits. Ah, darn, she even missed. Wild. Crazy. Maybe Florets, maybe Boone. Because I know that not quite enough damage. I mean, I guess I could kill with Boone, sure. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe he'll crit. Ah, unlucky. Ah, wait, I see an opportunity. It has indeed presented itself. It's quite a hard opportunity to take, but take it I shall, question mark. Do you support yet? No, unlucky. Unfortunate. I guess I can try to give it to Saoirse. She needs the experience just about as badly. Saoirse arguably needs to promote sooner, so her having the experience is something I'm perfectly fine with. Yeah, we'll just floret. Simple as. Alrighty, not bad. Good experience there. Now, in terms of damage, we have none. We have plenty. This ought to work out. And then you're stepping in range, cool. Aye, Captain. I don't know. If Wanda doesn't hit this, then Boone gets the experience. It's not a big deal. Troubadour either way. Very true. Very Bador. Very important aspect to have. Alright, and then I'll just let Boone do this. Grab a Vulnerary, equip the Milarepa, and he'll vibe. I don't think this... Does this deal effective damage? I can't remember if these count as cavalry in this hack. I know that they don't necessarily count as beast... like taking beast effective damage, but they will not trouble Boone regardless. Alright, is there anything that I'm forgetting here? Remember that time that this guy and Liang went back and forth, and Liang leveled solely based off of stealing off of this guy? That was great. That was quite the experience to have. We could do that again, actually. I could finesse that, get Atticus. 7 watching, 5 likes, SMH, true. Where are the likes at? SMH. Alright, Steel Lance, cool. Do I even care, necessarily? Not really. I'll just go this way, do one of these. Do one of these. Also, what's his con at now? 9 con, gotcha. Not bad at all. It's been so long since I've had a sniper on my team. Love to see it. Hunter's bow, watch out for Wander. Yep, I'll be careful with it. It's a very big risk for all of our cavalry units. Silence. I guess we'll just go ahead and... Yo, what's up, Fox Beast King? Been a while. Good to see you. Axe Reaver. And Elf Thunder. Alright, cool. Whisper Atticus, maybe. It might be worth. I could finesse him all the way to level 20 off that guy. That would be hilarious, but... Whisper Atticus with level 20 promoted stats. Taking a bit break from Fire Emblem Vision Quest. Fair enough. Vision Quest. That's a game that I played, that's for sure. Vision Quest has a lot of positive aspects to it, but I think in many ways it's perhaps... Should I say too heavy-handed in all that it does? I don't know if that's a fair thing to say. It's really good. There's no doubt about it. You're awesome, thank you, I appreciate it. Good to see you. Vision Quest does a lot of things in a really good way. I just think that a lot of things that it does are perhaps overdone. If that makes any sense. I could elaborate further on that, but I'm not necessarily trying to stir anything up, because I know that's a very well-beloved game. I think there's a lot of aspects to it that don't make it my personal favorite in any particular way. Nor one that I really wish to revisit, but I think it's a good game, and I think that people should play it if they like ROM hacks. There's a lot of positive aspects to it, and it's worth having the experience at least once, in my opinion. The one you find really hard is Sun God's Wrath, yeah. The amount of chapters it has sometimes feels bloated, yeah, I agree. Definitely. I haven't played Sun God's Wrath yet. I know it's, also quite a beloved experience, but my hindrance with it is that I like to make YouTube videos out of Fire Emblem hacks, and that's a big hack to have to play. That's a big one for sure. I haven't even got finished with Code of the Burger King or Illuminated yet. I didn't get the chance to record Illuminated. I had some extra time off, and I really wanted to, but... Oh, Guardlands, pretending to be effective. You have to be quick on it, yeah. Understandable. Didn't have the chance to record, unfortunately, so... Yet again, Illuminated and further Code of the Burger King kind of remain to the back, as much as I hate that to be the case. Otherwise, you get a game over, yeah. I hear that there are a lot of Delta squads in that game, which is a feature that I think can be done well, but I think oftentimes isn't done well. Illuminated has done Delta squads the best I've ever seen them done. They've never once, to me, felt excessive, I guess I would say. Not to say that, you know, they should be anything but excessive if you're going to have a Delta squad, but Illuminated, to me, with its Delta squads, I think some of them, on occasion, could be tuned down by, like, one turn, but either way. Which custom sprite do you like the most in this game? That is a good question, actually. Wanda. You know what? That's actually not... That's not even an argument, it's one. She's my favorite, yep, that's for sure. I just really like what Wanda has going on. I've always been a fan of, like, character portraits that have, like, really long hair and stuff. And hers is very flowy and elegant, and it's a big, big feature. Actually, speaking of characters with long hair and stuff, I'm gonna quickly swap over to my BRB screen so you can see on the left side the portrait that I got commissioned recently. I know I showed it off previously, and it's been there since I've gotten it, but Wolf Girl portrait. I'm also getting, he really tried to articulate his thoughts, and then he went on instinct. Yeah. Yeah, true. No, Wanda's really good. I like Wanda. Yep, for sure. Yep, definitely. The same artist has also reopened commissions for me quite generously, so I'm going to be commissioning my portrait next, the one that's in my profile picture on YouTube, and on that banner as well. So that's the next portrait you're going to see. It usually takes them roughly a month, because, you know, sprite work's very difficult. I know, I can say that for sure, and then they've also got their own life, so... I'm not complaining. You know what? The quality has always been there. I don't know why I always just say they all ambiguously. It's Glacio, or Glaco, I think it's Glacio. They have done a wonderful job, 100% of the time. I've commissioned so far 3? Maybe? This might be the 4th one. But yes, Tanya Kill. We're gonna give Tanya a kill right here. I commissioned a Wolf Girl, a dad character, and now another Wolf Girl. Yeah, so far 3 going on 4. Probably inevitably going to be more. They're most assuredly in my pocket for some time, because I am very happy with their work. Done a wonderful job for me. And all of these portraits are going into my hack, of course, so you're going to get to see them used. Wow, good level up. Love to see it. Good choice right there. I've probably not shown off... No, I have shown off the dad portrait and the Wolf Girl portrait previous to this one. Have a custom sprite of you as a Swordmaster. Nice. Awesome, you have a Flame Wings. Flame Wings when you crit, that's really cool. That's really cool. I always love to see custom animations and stuff. I've only ever made a few in my time with the hacks and whatnot. You know what? Here's a fun little tidbit of information for you. The first custom, like fully custom animation that I ever made was for the, what's it called? The anti-piracy in Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones. If you remember that video. That's the first time that I ever made a fully, like, what's it called? Not just working, but like the sound effects as well. Like put in the codes for the sound effects. That was my first endeavor with that. Love the Swordmaster animation of this hack. Yeah, it's a really good one. But yeah, this guy has a Sword Reaver or an Axe Reaver, so I'm just gonna let him walk into the Swordies. But yeah, that was a fun one. Let's see. By the way, your Discord got hacked and deleted. I am sorry to hear that. If you need a new link to the Discord server, it should be in the description. Be happy to see you. What was your Discord tag again? Because, oh, and deleted, okay. That, so it wouldn't be an issue. My main thought there was, like, I know there's been a lot of Discord, like, hacks going around recently. Like, there's been a lot of very innocuous seeming messages that get through to people. Appreciate it. No problem. But yeah, if, I was just wondering, because, like, I didn't want, like, a hacked account to continue spreading messages, essentially, because I know that that's what they're oftentimes used for. So, yeah, I'm just not going to risk Roxy's life, I think. I don't need to worry too much. 23. Yeah. I didn't actually check the numbers, but she'll be fine. She's Roxy. Like, what could possibly go wrong? A lot. Which class would you say is the best? That is a great question. Which class would I say is the best? Do you mean, like, across Fire Emblem in general, or just in this game? Because in this game, I think I'd be tempted to say... That is a good question. There's a lot of facets to it. Because my default favorite class... I mean, the classes that I like to use the most are not mounted, just because I have this, like, weird bias against mounted classes somewhat. Because I think that, looking objectively, they have a ton of merit to them, there's great use in them, but I feel incredibly bored whenever I use just a ton of mounted classes. Because, like, you know, while it's cool and stuff, while it does offer a distinct advantage in most scenarios, it's very difficult to, like, only use that? I don't know. Alright, apologize for that. I thought I was needed for something, but apparently not. Let's see, no game you might like called Fire Emblem Project Ember. I have indeed played that one. It is not bad, honestly. I think that there are some features about it which I would disparage if I were to say particularly, but I'll get into that in a moment. So I was sort of elaborating on the thought process behind classes and whatnot, and I think the best classes are generally the mounted ones. Like, it's kind of hard to argue against, you know, like things like Silver Knight in this game, or generally just having high movement, because in this game, movement for sure, while not mandatory, it adds a lot of options. So, like, in this game, Dark Flyer is probably the best class, due to, well, rough level up there. Due to a lot of factors. It has the flying ability and all this stuff, the good magic. Kinda just can't go wrong with it. You know, I definitely shouldn't have placed Miles how I did. You know what? That's definitely on me. Today is your mom's and dad's anniversary. Very, very cool. You know what? Happy anniversary. It's always a wonderful thing. I'm just gonna try this. Miles will be fine. If he's not, then I'll cry about it. Yeah, I wonder what Mage General's favorite class could be, considering the Mage General pent within his avatar. Oh boy. I could never guess. What could it possibly be? Oh, fire. Well, well. What do I have here? Love to see that. Ah, just shy on the damage. Use thunder. But yeah, I have played Project Ember. There are very many aspects about Project Ember that I don't necessarily enjoy, but I think it was a good effort. I enjoyed that it was done. I think that there are a lot of positives to it, and I think it adds to the experience for a lot of players. And therefore, it is an overall positive for it to have existed. However, my take on it is that I don't think it should be taken as an alternative to the original gameplay of FE6, essentially. Well, I think that FE6 has a lot of problems. Many. Bigly amount of problems. I think that it's a better experience than Project Ember on the overall long term as it pertains to playing Fire Emblem. And that's my hot take. But I think that Project Ember is a great experience. If you like ROM hacks and you like FE6, it's worth trying at least once. Pretty okay level up there. Awakening finally made you come to terms with the fact that you like knights. Good. Knights are always worthwhile. Mage General's favorite class is probably Thief XD. The class you don't like much is the Archer class, but you prefer Nomads. Fair enough. I think that I would pretty much always take a Nomad over an Archer. The only exception, I suppose, being Naomi, but that's not because she's an Archer. It's because of the gameplay around her being very, very robust, in my humble opinion. Let's see. We're gonna be able to kill both of these? I suppose so. You guys have siege domes? Sure hope not. Thanks. Cool. So we can have Joseph kill one. We can have Joseph not kill one because he's awful. We can have Saoirse kill both. I could just let Saoirse stay at range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then attack to there. So, Steel Sword, and then retreat a little bit with everybody else. Set it time and again. Normal mode FE6 is a good experience. True. I agree. Third favorite game. Like calves because they always feel so solid to train. Yeah, there are many aspects in which calves are just great. I actually don't know if I would say that I have a definitive favorite class. Don't particularly like other mounted units. Fair enough. Heal Tanya, yeah, I probably should. She's fine for now, but I'll heal her next turn. Let's see, what's new? I haven't seen you in a long time. Yeah, so, been doing a lot, that's for sure. I ended up getting a full-time job, so my YouTubing has been reduced somewhat to just streams, but I do hope that the streams are enjoyable. I've been getting a lot of positive comments, and I'm very glad to see you guys in chat all the time, so I find it to be worthwhile. Plus, it's fun. I like Lonely Mirror. I like streaming. It's, you know, good experience. Started up Fire Emblem Illuminated. Really love Fire Emblem Illuminated. Just wish I could play more of it. Been doing a lot, that's for sure. Yo, Lay Salty Onion. Hi, I'm new. Glad to see someone else playing Fire Emblem. Yeah, good to see you. Very much so. Love Fire Emblem. My favorite series of all time. If you don't know, this is a ROM hack, so stick around and have a good time, I suppose. It's a very difficult ROM hack, one of my favorites of all time, Fire Emblem, The Lonely Mirror. Definitely worth playing if you have any interest in ROM hacking and Fire Emblem and stuff of this nature. But yes, good to see you, for sure. Positive comment. Yeah, Jig is a very positive comment type person. You're awesome, my friend. I will always have your back. Thank you, I appreciate it. We'll stick around for sure. Very, very happy to hear it. Ooh, great level up. Wow. Power speed defense. Love it. Love it, Saoirse. That's just what I wanted to see. Dropped a like and a sub. Thank you. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Hope to see you around for sure. We always have a great time on these streams. I try to do them daily. We see whether or not we're capable of doing so. Speaking of, as it pertains to streaming, next week is probably going to be pretty rough for me because my job has put me on mandatory overtime for the entire week. So streaming next week may be a little bit difficult. It may be interspersed between days. Some days I'm going to be darn tired after work, but I do hope to stream as much as I can next week because I love this game. I love streaming. Very much a great time. Let's see. I'm going to let Miles try to bait this guy with the Slim Sword so that he potentially doesn't kill. Just take the week off, honestly. Ah, if only it were that simple. Ah, if only. So the way that my job works is that I don't actually get vacation time until I've worked there for 3 months, and this is my 2nd month, so I get no vacation time for a while, and I've already used my sick days because I caught the flu during my 1st week there. Remember the boss is a siege dome. Thank you for reminding me about that. I completely forgot. Take the week off for streaming? Oh, gotcha. Yeah. There's a good chance that'll occur. Honestly, because, it'll be difficult. It'll be very difficult, no doubt about it. But I do hope that I can stream at least 1 or 2 days. Because I always feel bad about going a great deal of time without content making. Even if Like, even if people are chill with it, it feels weird to me because I still enjoy it. It's still my passion. It's still the thing that I enjoy doing most. Do you get paid more for that overtime? Yes, I do. I'll receive 1.5 times pay for all hours over 40 hours. So I will get paid more for it. There is a big positive to that. Joseph, you're bad. Joseph, you gotta get strength, buddy. Let's see. Fire Emblem is your favorite game too. Favorite is 7 and Path of Radiance. Very nice. Both of those are games that I would definitely recommend at least having an experience with. I have some very hot takes around those two games personally, but I wouldn't say that they're bad experiences by any means. My thoughts around FE7 and FE9 particularly, I could make a whole video on, because there's a lot of things that there are to talk about regarding those two games. But I think they're both good experiences, for sure. I spent a great deal of time playing FE7. I guess as a kid, I didn't actually get access to FE7. Very nice crit. Until I was in 8th grade, I think? Specifically how I got to play FE7 for the first time was, wow, great level ups. They're going everywhere for me. I got to play FE7 the first time as my fourth Fire Emblem game. Because my first was FE8, second was Shadow Dragon, third was actually Awakening, because that came out when I was in 7th grade. And then in 8th grade I got to play FE7 for the first time, because my friend Tucky, who some of you guys may know, he ordered it on Amazon for me. So, like, I gave him the money, he went and bought an Amazon card, and then ordered it, and then brought it to me, is how that worked, because I didn't have a way to get an Amazon card due to my lack of transportation to a place that would sell me one. And then, yeah, so that's what happened there. That's how I got FE7. I have it on cartridge. It was fun, it was cool. And then I ended up not finishing the run on cartridge, and instead getting a tablet with an emulator and playing it that way, so cool. Favorite are Shadow Dragon and Echoes, but Sacred Stones is super close. Very nice. There is not a bad pick among favorite Fire Emblem games, I would say. Favorites are favorites for a reason, and I think it's best that they remain as such, so. Yo, what's up? Okay. Apologize. But like I said at the front end of stream, I was probably going to be a little bit more occupied than usual. Let's see. Is Three Houses worth playing? Yes, 100%. Let's see. The real favorite game was the friends we made along the way. That's real. It's the hard, cold facts of the matter. Let's see. I forgot I was talking about prior to that. Also, no, Heartless, you're not late. Good to see you. Never late. 9 was your first, then 7, then Shadow Dragon, then Conquest, or then Awakening and Conquest. Very nice. First was Three Houses, and then got hyper addicted. Played all of them in the span of a year. Very nice. No, yeah, I think Three Houses is worth playing for sure. I think that Three Houses is a game that can become quite grating on the nerves if you play it too much, which is what I did. So my experience with Three Houses was very odd. My experience with Three Houses was I very much heavily disliked the promotion for the game. I found that I didn't really gain much enjoyment out of seeing how the game looked, but because I'm a Fire Emblem like player pretty much down to the soul, I picked it up. Gotta go have fun streaming. Thank you, Jig. Hope to see you later. But yeah, so I didn't like the promotion of the game. I thought it was going to be bad, but I bought it regardless. Then I ended up playing it for 24 hours straight the day that it dropped. I have a screenshot of this. It's very far back on my Twitter. But I got it. It took some time to download. But I played it for 24 hours straight. And then following that, I ended up playing every route at least once. Most of them twice. The only one that I haven't played twice is Edelgard's route, because I saved it to play blind on Maddening mode, when Maddening mode dropped. Thinking about buying Three Houses? I think it's definitely worth playing. It's one of those games that you're going to feel weird about it if you're used to typical Fire Emblem. You're going to feel weird about it for a while, but things start to click, things start to make a lot of sense. And then, you know, before you know it, you're kind of engulfed in the world of the whole thing. At least in my opinion. I love promotion items that can fail. Yeah, honestly, that is one thing I'm not crazy about. But you know, I think it's interesting. Three Houses is one of those games, to me anyway, that's it's hard to go back to it now that I know what the meta is. You're a Fire Emblem pro. I very much enjoy Fire Emblem, no doubt about it. Once you know what the meta of Three Houses is, like what the best choices are for each character, it becomes very difficult to justify not doing those unless you're specifically going out of your way not to. Which is something that I had to do to spice up my what is currently final attempt, but I will go back to the game at some point, because I just enjoy the game too much to not go back to it. Let's see, we read the support in a prior one, so I'm going to skip it this time. Don't like how long it takes to reach the master classes and how short it feels. Yeah, I agree. Inspired you to play Fire Emblem ROM hacks? I'm glad. I'm really, really glad. Fire Emblem ROM hacks, to me, are better than the mainline games in many ways. Because there's so much variance, there's so much that you can do, there's so many people making games. You can support the community by being part of the community. Everything about ROM hacking is pretty much why my passion for Fire Emblem remains as strong as it does. Because I could just play Sacred Stones like 700,000 times like I used to, but there's, you know, a point comes where, you know, you want to spice it up some. You want to have your fun with your Fire Emblem homies. That's what I like to do. I like so many aspects of Fire Emblem hacking. I could make a whole video on that. Last time you played was to continue in Ironman. Dropped 2/3 of the way through, and Edelgard crit your tank to death. Yeah, good old Edelgard, huh? Good old Edelgard. Speaking of Ironmans, I was thinking about this today, and I forgot about it until you mentioned it. Or until you mentioned Ironmans. So, the creator of Iron Emblem is making a sequel to Iron Emblem, and they sent me a sort of pre-release version, which I would like to stream blind as I did with Iron Emblem. I would like to do that, however, I'm not sure when a good timing for that would be. Because if I'm looking realistically, Lonely Mirror is probably going to take a while. You know what I mean? Like, quite a while to finish. Whether it be another month, hard to say. How many chapters are we in? So, I want to at least clear a chapter per stream. So we probably have midway through this month. Maybe a little bit longer, depending on how much overtime I end up having to take on. Before we could move on to that, if I didn't sort of swap back and forth on what I wanted to do. Because I do want to play Iron Emblem. Well, I want to play Iron Emblem, but I want to play the sequel to Iron Emblem as soon as possible, because it was a wonderful experience. One of my all-time favorite ROM hacks, honestly. It's hard to say, because every ROM hack I've played on the channel has been one I've liked, except for one. Let's see, not saying this to be mean, but Sacred Stones lacked a lot of characters like FE7 did. That is an interesting take for sure. I respect it, however, I disagree. I very, very humbly disagree. Unless you mean, like, lacking in number, because in that case, you're right. And that's understandable. If you like a great deal of characters in your story, then fair. I think that Sacred Stones has the best cast of characters in terms of their writing, though. That's my take on it. And I'm very much willing to back that up with with a lot of evidence, as it were. Sacred Stones, its characters, to me, are pretty irreplaceable throughout the series. There are a couple of them that hold similar notes to other characters within the series, but I think that a lot of Sacred Stones characters have more personality than really any other cast of characters in the series. I can't really speak too much on the Jugdraw series, because I haven't finished them, nor have I read up extensively on the characters, so I won't really comment on that one. It's the easiest FE on its hardest difficulty. Yeah, that's fair. Day 250 if you're asking Floyd to play your SRPG Studio project demo. One of these days, inevitably, I will have to. It'll be a mandatory action. And it won't be a forced one either. It's something that I will definitely do whenever it's best for all of us. Your favorite Fire Emblem 3 houses, fair enough. I can't blame anyone for that take. I can't blame anyone for that take whatsoever. Three Houses has a lot of merit to being a favorite for sure. I think that it isn't my favorite. It's not in my top 3 because of gameplay reasons, but I can understand. Best story out of 3 GBA games, I agree. I agree. Let's see. When it comes to Sacred Stones for me, there's so much that I can talk about with it that it's hard to condense my thoughts into something that's not just me rambling, essentially. So, the reason that I say Sacred Stones has the best cast of characters is there are many reasons. But the primary one is how the characters are handled within the world that they're given. Nice. So, Sacred Stones characters have so many aspects to them that intertwine them to the world that they live in. Both physically, sort of like in other aspects, like my brain's not quite answering the call to duty, but there's a lot, okay? There's a lot. Fire Emblem's 8, good game, please take word for it, I promise, I swear. FE6 makes no sense, there's too many plot holes. FE7 just very nostalgic given it was the first translation. We'll watch the stream later, just saying hi. Good to see you, KJ. We're currently embroiled in a fierce and arduous conversation about why Sacred Stone's a very good video game. It's just chill, but either way. Okay, I'm just gonna back off of this for a little bit. I can't really threaten the boss with all those mages around. I don't have enough res tanks. And the Obulus Tome is going to roll me one way or another, so regardless of my res stat. Whoops, support. Is that worth? No, it's not. Okay. I don't know. What do I want to say on Sacred Stones that won't just take me 100 years to articulate? Because, like, whenever I say things like this, I want to give examples. Garrick, when he's paired by the Tactician, with the man who almost killed him in his motivation. Exactly. See, it's stuff like that, that little aspect. Garcia is like the prime example of why Sacred Stones is so good. Starting to become one of your favorite games, that's good. It's my favorite Fire Emblem experience, even over Sacred Stones. Sacred Stones will remain my favorite game of all time. But this is my favorite Fire Emblem experience, for sure. This game doesn't have a bad, like a genuinely bad map, in my opinion. It did at one point have a bad map, but it has been fixed. And if you know, then you know, that's for sure. That's for darn sure. If you watch the very original playthrough of this game, my original playthrough of this game, yeah, that was rough. That one particular map, you know what I'm talking about. But now it's fine. By no means a flawless game, but one that is close enough to my tastes that I can very confidently say it's my favorite. Sylvan when Shadow Shot Gorgon, yeah. You right, yep, true. Yeah. Rob, you gonna be fine? I didn't actually ensure that. He's probably gonna die now, unlucky. 42 times 2, yep. Rob in peace. Well, I didn't even account for that, so rip Rob. That is a darn shame. That's a significant loss right there. Unlucky. I need to get out of my own head here. I need to actually get my head in the gameplay. Oh man, I can't simply allow Rob to stand in range of mages, so it's my bad entirely. Ah well. So be it. The end of the legend himself. And the Guard Lance, and the Horse Slayer. Wait, who else died? It was AFK for the stream. Curtis. Curtis is the one. But Rob the moment, true. Yeah, that's it follows Iron Man, true. Atticus time, maybe. At this point, we're probably using, what's his name again? Riley. Because I don't know if I want to use Grant, honestly, at this point, because, Grant's stats are going to be very difficult. Kaga wasn't lying. That Armor Knight can have low res, true. The map reminds you of some Effie tuber who thought it was a good idea to make siege tomes with crit rate. Yeah, wonder who that would have been. Couldn't be me, unless... Let's see, you didn't have many deaths last run till late in the game, yeah. Yeah, that's true. This is the first one that's been a death as a result of my neglect, so... we can, every other one has either been... not necessarily intentional, but, like... occurred... well, no. Neglect could be the case for Ariel's death. It very well could be, because I didn't know about the enemy, but I guess you could call it neglectful. Because going back, there was a way to have known about that enemy, it's just that I would have had to have known that I wanted to know about the enemy, if that makes sense. Oh, Shiloh, yeah, Shiloh was too. That was just neglect as well. True. I always forget about that one for some reason. I don't know why, because Shiloh was very important to me in my last attempt. I just keep forgetting that he didn't make it this time. I don't know. And it's not as though I feel as though he's here. I just keep forgetting somehow. Either way. Imagine a Fire Emblem 9 GBA ROM hack. You can see it happening. Yeah, I think there's one in the makes. One in the making. Similar to the Project Ember thing. I recall playing it very briefly. It's not far in development, if I recall. But it should be in development, if that makes sense. Wouldn't want it to be a foolish child, true. Nobody would want that. Well, unless you want to see someone rise through the ranks and surpass me in Fire Emblem. But yeah. I don't want to step into meteor range right now, so we're gonna be careful with that. Tanya kill? Maybe. Tanya could kill that unit, yeah. Probably next turn. I still need to break into this room right here, like that's a whole ordeal. Like I'm kind of just waiting for the reinforcements to stop. I guess if I were to have a gripe with this map, that would be it. It's just really difficult to get to the boss because you have to... like, you can't really stand in range of a meteor tome. And then expect to live all of the other things around it. Let's see. Not that it's bad or anything, it just kind of creates this experience that I'm playing. Right now, nice, perfect. Please hit. We have had a couple mishaps with Elf Thunder missing, so hopefully we can avoid those in the near future. I'm just gonna let Queenie attempt this. She'll be fine, right? 20, 16 damage, and then a little bit less because Boone. So, sounds good to me. Looks very nice. Heal up Saoirse. Alrighty. Alright. Let's see. Spider should be out of range of Benji, who has recently lost both a friend and a support partner. I'm just gonna do like this. I don't know. He would die now if he got doubled, so... Well, no, he wouldn't, actually. I wonder why that was the case. Oh, it was never the case. I have misled you, whether purposely or otherwise. Alrighty. We're nearly to the end, though. There's also a secret shop, and I also want to go back and get those treasure chests, but we're nearly there. May need to promote Saoirse soon for another staff bot. Yeah, that's something that's worrying me. I want her to get a couple more levels, if at all possible. I might as well. I mean, her stats are really good. And they're only going to get better. We should collab and follow my 26 subscribers, some which are already subbed to you. Will help grow your fan base. True. No, I'm not worried about that at all. I'm down to collaborate sometime. None of your subscribers actually watch your content. You know what? It's fine. YouTube is a finicky place. A lot of it doesn't even come down to a person's potential for making content. It comes down to whether or not YouTube allows them to be found. Because I think that YouTube has... So, while it's true that if you... Wait, am I gonna get double? There's no way. Okay. Yeah, there's no way. So, the thing about Fire Emblem YouTube is that people already have people that they like to watch ordinarily, and a lot of the times, when it comes to Fire Emblem, though most Fire Emblem YouTubers have very distinct personalities and playstyles, you pretty much just pick a favorite and roll with it a lot of the time. As much as I hate to admit it, that's going to be the case most of the time. While there will be some overlap, you generally just find a favorite, you know? See, it went from trying to make good content, uploading Rain World clips. Anything can be good content as long as you're having fun with it. That's my 100% honest take on it. The ultimate goal of YouTube needs to be having fun all the time. Yeah, YouTube doesn't even give notifications. It's true. Being below, like, 1,000-ish subscribers is a horrible time on YouTube because many factors come into play. When you see a channel below 1,000 subscribers, most people are not incentivized to subscribe, to add to that. And that's why it's so hard to start off, because you see a channel with, like, below 100 subscribers, you're probably being like, oh, you know, this person's not going to do anything. Like, they're not going to keep up with your content or whatever. Had a great time hanging out with you. Got to charge your cell phone. Best of luck with your cell phone charging, but thank you for hopping in. I very much appreciate it. Always fun to talk. What was I saying? Right, so, something just clicks in people's brains. Like, with bigger numbers becomes, you know, you get more incentive to subscribe, or you get more incentive to follow. And as much as wait, you support? Right, okay. I recall who she supports. I don't know. There's a lot of aspects to the Fire Emblem YouTube thing that just don't really work out. Because, I mean, by itself, Fire Emblem YouTube is a small, like, niche thing. The biggest channels barely even have tens of thousands of subs, you know what I mean? Like, the biggest channels have... I mean, the two biggest channels on YouTube are the only two... The two biggest Fire Emblem channels on YouTube that I'm aware of only have 3 digits. Yeah, only have 3 digits. Most games, if they're big, like stuff like Pokemon, stuff like, you know, League of Legends. I mean, that doesn't really count. That's League of Legends, literally, of all things. These types of channels, like even fighting games, things like Tekken, things like Street Fighter, these people have hundreds of thousands in the higher end, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm staying out of media range. I sure hope, anyway. It's scary out here, for sure. I don't know, there's just a lot of aspects to the Fire Emblem YouTube thing that aren't conducive to a good time, as it were. But I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are, too. Let's see, would watch a KJ or JBR Ironman of Lonely Mirror, for sure. Yeah, exactly. Like, if KJ wanted to start doing Lonely Mirror... My whole thing with the Fire Emblem YouTube thing is that we have to support each other, because at the end of the day, whether or not one of us gains a subscriber is not really a big deal. It's just like, are the people who are subscribing having a good time? And if they are, great, and if not, then they should find a person who they really vibe with, and that is only possible through more people making more content, you know what I mean? The most popular Fire Emblem YouTuber, as far as I know, I don't know if this counts necessarily, but it would be Phoenix Master, just because of Fire Emblem Heroes. And, well, not just because of Fire Emblem Heroes, he's also an incredibly hard worker who has done a lot of other content, but I classify him personally as a Fire Emblem YouTuber. That's if that makes sense, you know what I mean? It is scary to make content, for sure. Follow my beloved, I appreciate Arliss Caesar. I really do. I really appreciate whenever people, you know, tune in, they watch the streams, they watch the videos. Because it gives me motivation to keep doing what I already love to do. And hopefully it provides you guys good content. Like, hopefully it's not just like an oh, I found this guy first, and that's the only reason scenario, you know what I mean? Like, I hope that I'm offering you, you know, a good reason to stick around, and a good reason to have a good time, and that's, at the end of the day, like, fun is what matters, so whatever the best case scenario is for everybody is the best case scenario. As it do be. And it is scary to start, it very much is. Even in the arms of regret, I will see my duty through. Found you because of Lonely Mirror? Yeah, there we go, that's all it takes. A little bit of fun, a little bit of Lonely Mirror. You had the only LP. Yeah, that's true. I think to this day, well no. Do I? I know that there are a couple others that have started Let's Plays, but I might be the only one who's finished a Let's Play. I'm not perfectly sure. But either way. Starting is scary, but I think it's worthwhile. The reason that I started... I think I've explained this before, actually. So I don't want to, like, beat a dead horse here. But one of the reasons that I started was that I wanted to... let's see, Joseph is... I'm just gonna bait this guy out with Caspian a bunch. See, honestly don't remember how I found your channel. Fair enough. Yeah, it might have been through JBR, question mark. I know a lot of people found my channel through JBR, which I'm grateful for. Let's see. What was the thing that I was about to say? I just completely fled my brain the second that I had a different thought. The reason that I started Fire Emblem YouTube was in part because I didn't like my voice, and I wanted to stop disliking my voice. So the thing that I did was I decided that no matter what, I was finally going to make a series on something that I love, being Fire Emblem, have fun with it, and do voiceover alongside it, so that I could get used to hearing my own voice back, so that I could eventually grow to not dislike my voice. If that makes sense. That's my thing. And then from there, it kind of just went more and more, and I built confidence, I started feeling better about it, eventually did facecam, obviously, which is something I never intended to do at the start. And here we are. TA, your beloved, exactly. TA is a great person as well. If he came back to making content, I'm sure he would go crazy on subs, for sure. No doubt in my mind. He has a way with people, for sure. Let's see here. Pretty cool, actually, I appreciate it. They came in with Lonely Mirror as well, didn't watch any FE YouTube before that, fair enough. I previously did watch a lot of Fire Emblem YouTube myself. I never interacted with communities, though, so my perspective on that's skewed. But yeah, that's what I did. That's my origin story. Well, that's part of my origin story. Like, another reason that I subscribed, because obviously all the stuff went down. Like, you know what I know. Or you know if you know. You know, the stuff went down. And Fire Emblem YouTube kind of went everywhere, like all at once. Everything kind of just imploded. And I reached a point where I just kind of couldn't vibe with any of the creators that I used to watch, just because I had a lot of negative feelings in a lot of ways. And I just felt like anytime that I turned on Fire Emblem YouTube, I would feel like almost sick to my stomach, no matter who it was, whether or not anything was involved with anything. Something about it flipped or whatever. And I was like, if I can't watch Fire Emblem content, I'm just gonna make it myself. That was probably the biggest motivator. But either way. But you have no idea how. I am happy to help out if you need help in any way whatsoever. I'm always happy to help foster, I mean, the enjoyment, the growth of the community. Just even if it's not like it doesn't have to be like a hard commitment thing. Like, as long as you're having fun doing what you want to do and making things that you're wanting to make, I mean, I think it's worthwhile. It's a very big boost to one's, well, a lot of things. Hated my voice, so I did something to make me not hate my voice. So Fellow has such a relatable backstory. True. I mean, I hope it's relatable. I hope that, you know, it's not just like, oh, I did YouTube because I wanted to make everybody happy. I mean, there's a factor in that, but it was mostly just those two factors. I was like, well, if I can't watch Fire Emblem YouTube, I'm gonna do it myself. And if I want my voice to be something that I don't hate, let's do something to fix that, you know? And like, obviously now there's a factor in like, hey, you know, people are enjoying this. I can hopefully serve as some sort of enjoyment factor as well. Content is just pressing the Windows plus G key and winging it. Fair enough. That's all it has to be. It doesn't have to be huge or high effort or any of this stuff. Thought you started so you could make Blender game live streams. You're one of the few who remembers that, and I'm very glad that you do. Thank you, Heartless Caesar. That's a great throwback. That Blender stream was something else, wasn't it? One of the all-time Afolo moments, that's for sure. Whether you'd call that a great or a low, perfectly up to your discretion. But even so. Let's see, so Benji can attack from out of range, probably miss a bunch, but that's fine. And we can get Caspian in range soon enough. It's a Seize Throne map, so I'm gonna go back and grab the other stuff as possible. But yeah, a lot of factors. A lot of factors why I kept with it anyway. There was a good chance that I would have stopped after that first one if I didn't enjoy it so much. But I was going to see the first playthrough all the way through. I was going to do that. I'd committed that to myself. Start a channel at some point, I definitely recommend it. Definitely. And if you find out it's something that you don't enjoy, there's no pressure to keep up with it. Like, at the end of the day, it's YouTube. You do it of your own discretion, you know? Never cried or laughed so hard in all your life. That was a wonderful stream. It was. That was one of the all-time greats, for sure. Expect me Discord message. Sure, feel free. 100%. If you guys are aware of the Hom Club, that is one of our primary things. It's like helping people to grow where they want to grow, whether that's on the YouTube side of things or otherwise, you know. Thinking of redoing your Thracia Let's Play. Really, it's not high quality either way. Whether it's quality or not, you know. If it's something that you want to do, I think that's where the best is. Let's see, is Wanda gonna be able to get this boss kill? Like, yes, but no, question mark? I mean... yeah, I think she should be able to. I could Banshee. I mean, that's not gonna do anything. I'll trade the lucky coin over. And subsequently get hit by a 1% crit as I try to get this in range for Wanda. Wait, was that actually... no. That scared me. But yes, please feel free to message me any questions or anything of the sort. I may not be, you know, like the be-all end-all, or I may not have all of the answers, but I'll do my best. Let's see. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, I relied on help to get to where I am. Like, JBR messaged me completely out of the blue, because he saw my horrible thumbnail in my first series. Was like, do you need help? And I was like, I don't know who you are, but yes. Yeah, I do. Thanks. And then he made me a thumbnail. And from that point, I have gotten better at it, arguably. I mean, at this point, I sure hope my thumbnail game is at least passable. Yeah, of course, no problem. I'm always glad to, you know, help kick off something or another. Like, so, one thing I will say for the Fire Emblem YouTube thing specifically is, try not to set hopes too high at the very beginning. I do think it's worthwhile to set high hopes. Just keep in mind that it will take a while. Like, I've been here for going on 2 years this month. 2 years this month. Good thumbnails for sure, thank you. Appreciate that. This month will be 2 years. And, yeah, I just don't set too high hopes. It's Fire Emblem YouTube at the end of the day. It's hard out here, but as long as you're having fun, that's the primary thing. Okay, so I need to figure out this situation quite a bit, actually. Caspian will survive, so what I need to do is I need to get you out of here. Can I drop you with anybody? With Boone, so... rescue... trade you... let's do it like this. Trade you to Iron Axe, and heal. Anyway. I like expecting to fail because you don't have any form of confidence in yourself. Well, maybe Fire Emblem YouTube can be the thing that builds it. I think confidence is it's definitely a hard thing to foster, but it's definitely a good thing to have. My personal like, journey with confidence is something that I, for better or worse, has been quite arduous. Regardless of the case, though, it is very important, in my humble opinion, to... Okay, I was really hoping she would crit that, honestly. I would have loved the experience on Saoirse, because it's not a bad... You know what, Wanda? If you miss this, I'm not even mad. I could get 2 level ups on Wanda here. Anyway. Confidence is hard to grow, but once you have it, you feel better in many ways for it. My most iconic quote, I hate myself so much, I think it's somewhat relatable, but I dismiss the mere notion. Please get strength. Res, cool. Very nice. Confidence is a hard thing to grow and foster, but once you've got it, you feel so much better for it, undeniably. Oh boy, so now that Wanda has gotten that, we will once again do what is referred to as the comedy gold, and heal Caspian. Allow him to simply take a hit. Oh. Wait, who are you picking up, Saoirse? Are you now getting doubled? The answer is probably yes. The answer is no, because that's heavy. So that's funny. Dang it, Saoirse, why are you so thick? Unlucky. 10 speed, not getting way down. Confidence is like money. Once you have one, you're more likely to have the other. That's actually pretty valid. You know what? I've not heard that quote before, but that's pretty valid. Let's see. So, you're not getting doubled, right? 10 speed, you're losing 5. 11 speed. So you're not getting doubled, right, Caspian? I know you would die in exactly 2 hits, but you're not getting doubled, and that's what matters. So now we heal up Wanda. We drop Saoirse back in range. And then we give Wanda the kill, right? That's simply how it will work in the land of Fire Emblem. It may not be how it works in the land of Fire Emblem. Gonna be able to get a little bit more damage, maybe? Nope. It would not appear as such. Then in that case, I will use Saoirse once more to weaken. And then, at the end of it all, Wanda will have yet another level underneath her belt. I hope. Very much so. Rescue. I need Wanda in range, though, first and foremost. Drop. Put Wanda here. And we'll wait one more turn. Yet another. Another one. And then if she crits, I'm okay with it. Because she'll get a level up out of it, and that's good for her. She likes level ups, as we all do. And now, maybe. Maybe. Please, Wanda. Please, Wanda. You're supposed to do that for me. Your job was one-fold. It was a one job, Wanda. That's all that you had to do. And yet, here we stand. Standing here, I realize that I'm giving way too much effort. I'm putting way too much effort into this level up. Oh boy. Oh, he could get crit. Wonder why. Oh, because he's picking up a support partner? Because Benji's not in range. That's the issue. That's the kicker. So, just use Miles? I should just use Miles. There are many things that would be better than doing what I'm doing now. But, you see, I am one who you will find to be lacking in many aspects, such as brain power and, well, not in determination, that's for sure. I sure have a lot of determination. That was the most disappointing good level up I've ever seen in my life. I just want him to get power. That's all that I want out of him. I'm not really asking that much out of him. Yeah, that's unlucky. She still gets one shot. Another level then. Or another, little bit of experience then. At this point, it may be better to just use Boone to weaken. With you in range, of course. That wouldn't be bad. That would be pretty bad. I wonder which would be better. I could use Dragon Spear, probably. That's pretty much as good as it's gonna get. Please don't crit, though. Ah, unlucky. Caspian Boone support? Yeah, it's not a bad one. Only reason I don't have it is because Caspian's gonna cap out pretty soon anyway. Well, I wish my units weren't so gosh darn good all the time. Otherwise... Otherwise, I might be doing better. um, Joseph's the opposite of mine. The power and speed switched. Unlucky. Deeply misfortunate. It's hard out here, that's for sure. Okay, so now, take, drop. Please do something. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna have to wait for Caspian to inevitably crit the boss again? I almost clicked that way too fast. That would have been really bad. I'm wasting a significant deal of time here. I don't need to be doing this. He's gonna crit, though. That's my best bet to get the map over with, but he's gonna crit. If anyone's gonna crit, I want it to be Saoirse. Alright, one more turn. Keep healing, Astoria. Come on. How about from this side? If I give him the coin, and then I heal him on this turn, then I might be able to finesse it so that he doesn't crit. And then I give Wanda the kill, because she deserves it, right? It'll be worthwhile, won't it? Okay, so if I do that, I probably need to use a steel axe, which I can do. So steel axe, which I have previously not used much of, trade that over to Caspian instead of the iron axe. And then I don't give it a shot, because if he misses, then he dies. Or if he misses and or Wanda misses, then he dies. Wouldn't it be funny if her level up was bad? It's very possible. It's extremely possible, but I'm just gonna pretend that everything is okay in McDonald Land, and when it inevitably isn't, we will simply have to cry about it on stream. It would humor me. It would be very funny. It would be. If I go to all this effort, and then it ends up being bad, then sure, that's funny. I keep waiting on Caspian to crit, honestly. That's the thing that I keep waiting to see. Now, assuming Saoirse doesn't crit, which it's fine if she does, because the level up for her is just as good. Now Wanda can kill with the Slim Lance, which, by my count, does 1 damage and has fine accuracy. So, let's get it, Wanda. Let's go. Yeah, 1 damage. Slim Lance it up. Suppose this is for the best. It better be. It better be, Wanda. You might not even level up off this. Okay, we do. 100 experience. Actually, you know what? That's not bad. She got the defense, she got that skill up. It wasn't the greatest level up, but I would say it was worthwhile. Now, she's looking solid. You want to know what would make her even better? One simple trick. This one simple trick to make Wanda better. This one simple trick. That's all it takes. It's called favoritism. One simple trick. I promise. I promise she's gonna be good, guys. It looks like Joseph. No, no, no. Listen, she's good, I swear. Listen, guys, I promise. She's so good, look at her. No, genuinely, she is doing amazing. 16 speed, 13 defense, 11 res, on 32 HP. Darn good. I just have to not get her killed at this point. If she can level power, I'll be even more pleased. If she can't, then I'll cry about it. But bows will be a good access, or a good alternative to power, even if she doesn't, because they're powerful. She deals good damage. Compare Tanya? Sure, here's Tanya. They're not the same unit whatsoever. Wanda is very, very bulky, whereas Tanya is very powerful. Well, very powerful in quotes. She's still got some room to grow. But grow she will. She has a lot ahead of her. And now, we're going to do the thing which is called moving a very great distance with 2 units, and therefore creating more problems. We're gonna go this way with these 2. I'll also just let Wanda carry Caspian or somebody, because I'm going to end up needing more. Maybe Miles is better for this than Caspian. I don't quite recall what's in there, but we'll just go do that. A slight breeze would knock her down? Yeah, a tad bit. No doubt about it. Powerful and accurate. Well, is she accurate? It's thunder. That's a little bit less accurate than wind. But I'll concede this point. She does have more damage. Okay, so now we can go visit the secret shop. I hope that there are... Wait, where is it? Are you not holding the... Isn't there a secret shop? Or am I misremembering? Isn't there one here? Is it because Mercer is not here? There's an Obulus switch. Oh, okay. In that case, well, let's see. If it's Obulus, then it's probably okay, actually. Am I misremembering? Wasn't there a secret shop? Isn't it around here somewhere? No secret shop, huh? Oh, I was just thinking of the Mercer recruitment, wasn't I? Well, don't you have to stand down there with, what's in the secret middle building? It is, treasure chests. Don't I have to stand somewhere with Boone to recruit Mercer? And monsters, yeah. Let me look up the recruitment guide really quickly, because I thought this was the Mercer... At least talk to Mercer map, if not recruit. Let's see. Mercer. Where are you, buddy? Let's see. Okay, so on difficult Maddening, visit the Southern House with Boone, Caspian, Travis, or Winifred on Chapter 9. Either buy or refuse if... Yeah, okay. Mercer will be encountered in Chapter 18X, where he can be hired for 3,000 gold by Boone. After you've refused the item in Chapter 15. Which, are we on Chapter 15? Chapter 18. So, okay, after this chapter, Boone will be able to recruit him. And that's what matters. So that's cool. So I was mistaken. We do actually have another chapter prior to getting Leah back. Like the names in the attack a lot. I do too. Right, that's what that was. He did add something special, because I didn't get the opportunity to speak with him prior to that. That was the thing, okay. Yeah, that was it. That makes sense to me. Okay, let's get over here. Hopefully we can manage this situation without too much hassle. I do detect that there is a thingy right here that I would be able to get. Ooh. Obulus. Right, okay. Yeah, I mean, honestly. If I sat here with the Axe Reaver, Wanda would actually sweep this. If she kills. If not, then I'll shoot with Caspian. Or maybe I'll Steel Axe, and that'll work. Watch Wanda die. I don't think she could. Maybe. I mean, I know that monsters do get a little bit strong. 15 damage. I mean, yeah. If I sat here with the Axe Reaver, 2 damage. Yeah, she can't die. Yep. I'll sit here next to Caspian. I'll equip him with this. And we'll see how this goes. And I will pick up Atticus with Roxy. I don't think she can die. Nothing should be able to go wrong. And now both of the axe users will attack her. Would be very funny indeed, true. Be a comedy gold moment, to be sure. Alright. And there we go. Good. Love to see it. I can Slim Lance this one. Well. Okay. And then I can trade over to the Axe Reaver again. And sit here and do the same thing for one more turn. And then, the meta play is that I run away with Caspian. Place her. Just leave her here, honestly. That one will still chase after Caspian. I hate mistyping. Why am I like this? True. Imagine a world wherein mistakes are made. Couldn't be me. Never, ever. And actually not even capable of such low... I don't know, man. At this point, I'm tired. I'm at a loss for words. Oh, boy. Let's see, give Atticus a level. I probably should, to be honest. Oh, I just opened another program. My computer is going to crash. Nah, it's fine. That is my next, well, not next purchase, but one of my upcoming purchases is I'm going to get a better computer, so I no longer have to worry about any of this stuff. I figure if I'm going to dedicate so much time to YouTube and other things, it's worthwhile to have a good computer, now that I have a more steady source of income. Alrighty, Wanda should get actually one more level, maybe? Maybe if I can finesse. I can't finesse, she's too good now. She's too strong. What have I done? Met the first person I've ever talked to who had played Fire Emblem before. They talked to you at work yesterday. Wow. That's impressive. The first time I met somebody who played Fire Emblem was a friend who bought Awakening when we were in 7th grade. Wait, are there more enemies? Anyway. I don't know. Thought there were more enemies. Overheard you talking about 3 Hopes on the phone and talked to you about it. Nice. I have yet to play 3 Hopes at all. I await my copy's arrival, but it probably won't be for a couple of weeks. So I had to hold off on purchasing it this paycheck. I had other things to take care of, but next paycheck... You're sorry. Yeah, true. Good old Fire Emblem fans. Don't we love Fire Emblem fans? I certainly do. Alrighty, so is it time to grind supports? Do I need to grind supports? Just Tanya, honestly. I think that you guys have already talked about your beast support. So I'll get the Caspian beast support and then we'll be on our way. Yeah, honestly, imagine having IRL friends who play Fire Emblem. True. I actually don't have any, except for Tucky, I guess. He plays Fire Emblem Heroes. He played Awakening, he beat Awakening. I think he played Conquest and beat Birthright, and then he's not played more beyond that. Dreamcatch to Tanya or Riley? That is a good question. Both would be fair options. Hey-ya, Herg. Is he training again? Hey-yarg. Well, this sort of training simply will not do. Thunder. Wow, ooh. Good, you managed to dodge most of it. Did I do anything to make you mad? Of course not. I simply see a lot of potential in you. Cannot let you waste it on illogical training. Huh? You want to help me improve? That is correct. Now, please, I implore you, teach me all you know. I want to feel like I can stand as an equal on the battlefield to Boone. Do not beg. I already agreed to help. I am Caspian, a fighter with the White Lions. I know who you are. You will address me as Lady Tanya. Lady Tanya, I am ready. Good. Allow me to present my first lesson. If you can dodge thunder, you'll have a better chance of dodging a sword. True. Tucky's too cool for this children's game. Maybe. Very possible. Alrighty, that's going to be a good support. I'm going to regret not being able to see their A rank, but I would have to lose Benji. I would have to SD Benji, as it were. As you can see. Is there any other support that I want to chase after? I don't think so. Maybe the Joseph Miles one? Do I want to go Joseph Miles, or... No, I want to go Lael. I want to go Lael for sure. So you need to see the A rank. I really want to. Is that a dodgeball reference? Probably, honestly. It's pretty funny. I really do want to, but he's already capped out. So... unlucky, I suppose. I think that should be it on sports, though, because I don't think there's anybody else who supports. I mean, I guess I could, like, build up the support rank, but I don't really feel like it. I'm well beyond tired. We'll just roll with it. Just kill Benji? Ah, yes. The mastermind plan. Shane, you're okay. Wise, on the other hand, not so much. Alrighty. Even though we won, it's like we lost. That's what he says, anyway. Swinging an axe and decided to throw literal lightning at him, I know, right? Feel like we've taken several wrong turns. Alrighty. Now this map is one that we're not playing today, but it's going to be very, very, very scary for us. I can't really understate how scary it's going to be, but at least we'll get Mercer. He's level 7 Myrmidon with the Merciless, which has 45% crit. He does have E-rank swords. It'll take some time to train that up, but he will support a lot of units who will give him more crit rates. It's a very scary map. This is the one where we lost Wise before. This is the one where Eamon missed a 99% hit rates. This is the one where we lost Sersha to an Entombed. I'm gonna have to promote someone, yeah, that's for sure. I wonder how close Sersha is. This is where I lost her before. I'm not willing to do so again. There's an argument to go ahead and promote Wanda as well. And I think there's a good argument for that. The question is, do I want to give her the one more level up since she's so close? Would it be meaningful? I think I'm going to let Wanda keep leveling. Because if I can get her to level 20, while unnecessary, make me very happy. Zero bias, guys. True. Honestly. Well, let's see who we are going to bring at least. Definitely Wanda. Sersha, maybe. Caspian, Roxy, Miles, Benji. Pretty much no-brainers right there. They're all insane. Joseph for the healing. Now, from there it becomes difficult because this is a map where units are squishy. I'm just going to say Sersha. This is a map where squishy units will have a hard time. Give Dreamcatch to Mercer because he's a Myrmidon. That is honestly not a bad choice. Mercer with the Dreamcatch has a lot of potential. Because he's a unit that can pop off pretty crazy. He's already somebody I intend to use on the long term. I want to make him an assassin to eventually use the... What's it called? The S-rank knife, whatever it's called. So, if I give him the dream catch, Atticus bring him. I probably should just for the vision. Because I no longer have a torch staff. My next inclination is Tanya. But Queenie is better for the Boone supports. Atticus pretty much... He's not essential, but having vision is huge. I don't know if we have a torch item. If we do, I think we used the whole thing with Winifred, last I saw. And it's sacrificial lamb. Fair enough. Definitely a possibility. Doesn't need those. Either way. I don't want to bench Tanya necessarily, because this could be a good chapter for her in terms of leveling, but it could also be very dangerous. Like a dog pops out of nowhere and she's gone. Same thing with Queenie, honestly. A dog pops out of nowhere and she literally just dies for it. Mercer has one. Oh, true. Yeah, the torch. Very difficult. Well, I suppose that I will leave it at that for now. I'll think more on it next time. I hope to stream tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I will. Streams are becoming quite long. 2.5 hours is a very significant period of time, although this one was obviously longer. Fog of War final map. Whew, wild. Oh boy. Okay, well, either way, hope you guys enjoyed stream today. It was a very fun one for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the conversation. I know it went everywhere today, that's for sure. Leave stream and proceeds to pass out in bed. There's a good chance. I'm gonna go eat, for sure. I'm going to... What am I gonna do after that? I don't actually know. What am I gonna do after that? I have no plans. I do have plans, but they're not good ones. Are they good ones? I don't know. I'm probably gonna end up watching the new episode of Komi-san, because I've been loving that series. Also, to touch up on a point from earlier that I was actually going to speak on earlier, about relating to people at work unexpectedly. A talk stream with some Fire Emblem in between, true. There's this guy at work that I know who shares my name. He's like I think he's 41, 42. He's really cool, but it was completely unexpected that he just happens to be super into anime. He's like a standard like working class kind of guy, but he's really cool. Like it was just the most unexpected thing of all time. He turned out to be super into anime. He's watched so many anime that I'd never even heard of before, like hundreds and hundreds of episodes of different kinds of anime. And one of his favorites is Komi-san. Which I was like, yo, that's pretty sick. I love the Komi-san series. It's really good. So I'm gonna watch that new episode for sure. I know it dropped today. Yeah, and then other than that, I'm probably just gonna eat and pass out. Yeah, honestly, I can't think of much else. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. I hope to stream tomorrow, but I have no certainty. I will probably have a better idea of that tomorrow. I mean, honestly, I'll probably put up the stream thing regardless. But either way, if you made it this far into this stream, surely you're having a good time. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. This many parts deep in this series too, so surely you're having a great time. Komi-san fans, hide high school age kids. No. It's fine. It's all good. We're perfectly safe here. You know what? There's no typical anime fan. Smash fan? Whatever the case may be. None of that typical stuff going on here. Simply an art. That's all it is. Take that as you will. That's how I'm gonna end it. All that YouTuber stuff aside, make sure to share the video if you haven't already, whether you want to share my channel or share the ROM hack. More people should play it. More people need to see it. That's simply how it is. And that's about all that there is to it. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, see you guys later.